Is the stream on? Hey, the stream's on.
Working.
Yeah. All right. So we took the first attempt to get to the Aegis base, and the time got reset when Mitzi started to fist fight her cousin in midair over the base.
Wait,
Uh,
is that
Which
what we
was
found out about
amazing.
Blackbird?
No, Mitzi still doesn't know.
Mitzi still doesn't know. She just thinks Blackbird's like a bitch who's like being an
I
absolute.
didn't know that. When did we find that out?
Oh, we've been talking about it out of character for like a while, so
Yeah.
I guess I guess he missed this conversation. So yeah.
Gotcha.
This is the whole time. This is the whole family tree thing where Blackbird is sort of the estranged. She's like the family tree that was like the abandoned first wife of Grandpa.
On Dad's side, yeah.
On Dad's side, so like they're related, but not. But it's related through a divorced.
Half cousins. I don't know if that's a thing.
Like second cousins once removed kind of thing, because like Grandpa ditched on his first family, made a whole new family, and just pretended the first family didn't exist, and Blackbird's in that family. Blackbird's really smart, made her own suit, got into Aegis on her own, got into Aegis, and then was the best candidate from Aegis to be put into the Exemplars as sort of meanwhile, random random cousin from the other side of the family gets a glow up from Grandma's DNA and just shows up, and suddenly everyone's like showing her off on TV, and Blackbird's a little salty about it. That's what it basically boils down to. Except she won't explain any of it. She's like, I'm not even going to talk. It's like she goes to try to talk to Blackbird, and like, what's it like? How did they?
I think she's like, why won't you talk to me?
Well, you were there for that. Like you were there. I think Silas was there. Like when the news.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the reporters were like, "What's it like having it? What are your feelings about having another Latina hero out there?" Da 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 da. And she's like, giving her the cold shoulder, and like, you need to do some research. I'm not even going to talk to you until you like find out more about anything.
Right.
That kind of stuff. So yeah, Mo knows it's a cousin.
Which Blackbird's personality is informed by just the attitude I put on the fig. Like I love everything about that.
Oh yeah. As soon as I saw that face under the aviator sunglasses, I'm like, okay, so she's gonna have problems with people.
There's a woman with strong opinions.
And none of them are positive about whoever. Anyway, so Mitzi and Blackbird, or not Mitzi, Clarity and Blackbird had a bit of a slap fight.
Okay.
We're live.
Dingoes.
Oh, Dingoes even knows how to start the chat. Are we live? We're live. Okay, so yeah.
But basically, Blackbird's
you
coming to stop them. And Clarity's like, and Blackbird's like, oh, you don't know what's going on, blah 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 blah. And Clarity's like, leave us alone, go away. And then like, so Mitzi gets so frustrated she mind blasts her, and then Blackbird says like, oh hey, I'm getting attacked by Riot Squad, blah 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 blah, and he back up. and then they start arguing again. And then
Mitzi tried to explain, this is part of that video, Mitzi tried to explain what was going on and just sounded more crazy and mind controlled as a result of clarifying everything. Because the whole, listen, we got a fax from the 80s, but it wasn't the 80s, and it was Perry, and he was caught and in a digital video arcade, and like, it all just sounded freaking insane.
And then that's when it was reset. And then, we're all back in the arcade. And then we're like, oh shit, nosebleeds galore. Because that's what happens.
I have to share, this is one of the moments that you missed. Because Frank, although he's very lovely about keeping up with various things, had not encountered the actual write-up of the move for what happens if you're around one of the resets.
Did you isolate that moment?
The absolute horrified look on his face when he was looking at this, saying, "What?" So the upshot of that is nobody is as good at doing Perry stuff as Perry is, and it really shows.
And with
Because-
that, because Vinci found that out like through Mind Blast, basically he found out that Aegis is the one that's resetting everybody.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and somehow is trying to like break Perry's code to make it better. I don't know. And that's why
Or they're
probably...
trying to figure out how to do it without doing it in the incredibly stupid way that they're doing now. Like they're
They're
trying.
like,
I had to
please.
pick the phone up for that reaction shot.
Yeah,
That's
there's.
great.
But yeah, they're trying to figure out. They've got Perry in a sim trying to get him to trying to figure out how to like get Dr. Infinity's AI to help or play along or something, because clearly they're not able to do it, and which has not been too bad of a problem. That's more of like it would be they're kind of approaching it like it would be a nice quality of life improvement, until they reset themselves. So while she was backtracing. What seems to be happening is anybody who's directly related to a event that gets reset is affected. So Agent Goodall has been affected a couple of times because she's been in close contact with you guys when you get reset, for example.
Blackbird got reset and did not handle it well.
No, she did not. She was very... So the second...
all the agents in general in that area got reset.
They were not...
All the analysts and like all the quality whatevers.
Yeah, and Special Agent Parker, who's apparently running the whole gig, while she was basically looking at Agent Goodall, and through her eyes, Agent Parker came in just literally, well, not literally, figuratively on fire about the whole thing and the reset and everything like that. When the time reset happened, all of the phones started blowing up again, but this time, like, Oya was, like, called, but then immediately actually called, hung up, and started texting because she had so many people suddenly yelling at her who hadn't been before because Blackbird stormed in and was yelling at her about something that hadn't even happened yet. So Oya's freaking out. It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
We love it.
And so basically, in turn, we figured that that's where Perry needs to be. We need to, like, make everybody knock out. So Caleb talked, our Revenant talked Mitzi or Clarity into like knocking everybody out at the agency at Aegis. So
I like
Mitzi's
Immediately on
currently
board.
at the arcade, you know, with making sure that everybody's unconscious. You dropped, Birthright dropped off Revenant and is still like waiting outside for like further instruction.
Okay.
Revenant went in crashing to save Fractal. Harry's was playing Gauntlet with
Nice. Good
Dr.
choice.
Oh,
Dr. Infinity,
that's
Zhao.
working out so well. And it's just this. It's just another one of the things that I love about how the four of us play off of each other. Just how it went. Okay, we got to play a different game. What game is it? And I was like, Elf is about to die, and it was like, yes, it's got to be that one. Wizard
Needs food badly.
Wizard needs food badly. Yeah.
How are we going to overload the system? And I'm like, that's a 4-person game. They're used to us both playing a game at the same time. What if Zhao Da / Dr. Infinity and I both play 2 characters at the same time to overload the system?
That's so good.
At it yeah.
And in turn,
Would not have
Harry
been possible
woke up.
to Joust, as much
Yeah.
fun as Joust is.
because they were playing two characters at once, eventually just overloaded the system, and Perry was able to break out the simulation, and that's when Revenant broke in, got Fractal, and then Fractal's like, wait, they have a thing that they keep doing this. Let's go find it and break it. That's where
That's
I left
great.
off.
Dude, Caleb going, wait a minute. Did Perry just say, let's go break shit?
Crazy.
Poor Caleb missing out on that. I'm annoyed because I have exactly the picture of Agent Goodall that I want in my head, and I can't think of who it is. But if you think the standard blonde female FBI agent in her 20s with her hair pulled back super severely into a tight braid in the back, and it's annoying because I know I've seen it and I can't.
I can picture that face and that hairstyle on Hero Forge, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just need. Yeah, that's what I need. Is I need an Agent Goodall, a nice FBI, in a nice.
Can it be
FBI
played
suit.
by Ashley Johnson? Because I do love Ashley Johnson.
Who's Ashley Johnson?
No, I think I know who you're talking about. Not Ashley Johnson, but I think I know who you're talking about. And she's like in NCIS or Bones or like
Not Bones. It's definitely not Bones.
NCIS.
Is Ashley Johnson the one from Heroes? Because that's the image that I just found. That's like.
No,
Oh, no,
that's
that's
Hayden.
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
Hayden.
Yeah. That's actually not
Ashley
a bad
Johnson-
picture, but.
Ashley Johnson does a lot of voice acting, like she was in The Last of Us. She was also in a TV show called Blind Spot. She's also on Critical Role.
While we're looking for that.
Oh, sure. That works. She's fine. I need a good picture for the hair like that, but.
So, you know how in the recap or the trailers for things, there are often scenes that are either cut together with different audio or stuff that straight out just didn't make it into the thing for the benefit of like propelling the story. So here's two quick things. One for Silas, that one of the things that Caleb found when he went in and went, oh, Caleb, Perry's not at his place, is a crafty project in process of like an 11 by 17 green felt stitched on patch board. All around the edge is a patch with the mascot of, and like I say, it's like half built. So there's like a pile of some ready and there's some that are sewn on, and it's every mascot from every school that Silas ever attended. And in the middle is a big kraken.
I love
But
that. That's precious.
That's part one. Part two, and this is the one that I want Gleek to, it's hard to say that without actually gleeking. I want him to see it on the replay, so I'm gonna say it now. When he went through trying to find Perry, one of the things that he noticed was a big notebook that's like the ADHD kids Trapper Keeper that has all this stuff sticking out of it, but it's just labeled Caleb's house, and there's page after page after page after page of graph paper with maps of his house, none of which are the house that he actually grew up in.
Interesting.
Ah.
I love it.
I just thought fun.
Also, that's who I thought of when
why could you draw a map of my house? Remember that in like episode 0 or 1?
Right.
Whatever that was.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Her.
Of course I know where you live. You want me to draw a map of your house?
That's not who I was. That's not who I'm thinking of, but she works really well. Oh, she works really well for Agent Goodall.
Oh, it's Felicity.
Yeah, Felicity. Yeah. But she still works really well as Agent Goodall.
I was trying to think. I was like, okay, there's a blonde.
Save image.
Maybe it's French. No, she's not in her 20s.
It's not anybody that I know, and I think it's more of like a background character more than anything else. I think. Mm-hmm.
You could also pull one out of Michael's book and just make a bunch of art breeder things to have a stock.
Yeah, I need to do more with that.
I have a gigantic folder, one that everybody was doing a couple 3 months ago, of you put in a thing and it generates an AI face for you.
Yeah, the art breeder. Yeah.
Is that one? Yeah. So I was putting in the same prompt over and over and over and over and over again just to see what it would. So yeah, I've got like 256 of the same, red-headed elf princess that looks like they could all be cousins, distantly related. I mean, just, whatever.
Right.
Art breeder. I'm just going to put that up here as a tab so I can
get a lot of context.
Oh yeah, I did spend a little bit of time on here, but I kept getting sort of the same character and it was driving me a little crazy.
So y'all catch Dingo. Dingo's like, Blackbird, the teenagers are picking on me. And Goodall's a sweetheart who needs a hug and a new job with better people. Maybe she can work for Apple.
Accurate.
I will say this: you cannot ship Perfinity, Perry Infinity. You can't ship that because he made Dr. Infinity, so that's like the dad and the daughter. Really, you can't. Zhao, on the other hand, since Zhao was the facial model, apparently.
Right.
Yeah. Perry's got issues. Perry's got stuff going on.
We are.
Okay.
That, I realized, because when we said that, it may be worse that he didn't do it on purpose, that Dr. Infinity like vaguely resembles Zhao Da.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like somewhere on her chassis or on the hard drive or somewhere that we could still see it is probably the actual character for small and big. Like, this is the small drive that controls this, and this is the big drive.
Oh, I like
this
that.
This is the small one that motor functions, and this is the big one that controls, brain or whatever. Like,
that's what I get for making up a name that I don't know the language.
I mean, it's cool.
He didn't have enough space for like small, so he just used the hiragana.
You're right. It was an alternate Perry, but I like that because it's probably it's mostly subconscious, and I think the Perry that made Dr. Infinity is definitely craziest, saddest Perry, because that's the one that like lived
for sure.
Yeah,
definitely more Dr. Perry. Yeah.
He was the one who'd been around for the longest and had gone through the most BS just trying to make that one thing work.
You found him in his 80s? No, not this time. He was in the 80s.
All right, so on the second attempt was going fast, going hard, deal with this nonsense quickly before they have a chance to reset, especially since they're reluctant to reset. So we have to get close enough to them that if they reset us, they're going to reset them, and they don't want to do that. That was plan 2. Plan B, plan C, something like that. So you grabbed Caleb, raced him in there to the front door. He crashed his way through and down and in and onward, or portaled or something. I don't remember what he did, but he got in. You stayed up. Birthright's up at the ground level. We'll put like at the cool roundabout here at the front of the building. Basically waiting for the shit to hit the fan. I don't remember what Mitzi was doing.
Mitzi's holding the fort, making sure everybody's unconscious, and I think she's still at the arcade because.
Did you? That's right. Did you knock out the whole base?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about So Mitzi was.
So I think she's still like in that process because she doesn't want to lose focus because
right. Yeah.
So I think she's still in the arcade, just like completely like.
You're dealing with this. Yeah, you're doing this remotely, but yeah, you were connected to Goodall, and you're like, hang on, I believe I can use this connection for something a little bit more. Everyone's sleepy now. Everyone goes.
Caleb was like, "Hey, Mitzi, remember the party?" And like everybody is mind wait for a weekend, and she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you kind of do that again?" She's like, "Oh, I don't
the best part about that was, like, all of your friends were so horrified that you had done that to them, and then they're like, by the way, that thing that you did that you promised you'd never do. I mean, do you see where this is going? Do we have to finish the sentence? Because we kind of need you to do
the house party protocol from now on.
House party protocol.
HPP.
It's the house party protocol. Whenever there's a house party, you don't knock everybody out. I love it. I love it, so, and I hate it.
She's not even there. She's
right.
She would have kept the link open with the guys.
Oh, so. For sure. Yeah. So you could knock them out
too. Get in contact with her.
What? Oh, did I say that part loud? Shit, I was muted for that. Liars. Lying. Since I have
when you open my sheet.
Since I have it immediate. No, sorry, I was trying to. There's a way, and I can't remember what it is really. But there's a way.
Is there a way
to basically click on somebody's sheet and just pop their image from their front sheet like out into the map. And I always forget. I always forget how to do it.
I work that into the Billy Joel tune. I'm going to need you to rephrase that whole thing.
There's a method to take the image from a character sheet and just pop it out into the map, and I'd forgotten what that was, so It's fine. It's fine. Caleb. There we go. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but, or why I'm using those miniatures, but they're the ones that are most immediately available. All right.
Right.
So, your music is miking us up.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Okay.
I thought it was on. Sorry.
I mean, it's a fascinating insight into what you do in between when you're paused or when you're muted.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Yes,
tell you
please.
stories about.
Hey, Frank.
Dingoes, yes.
I'm Frank.
Sometimes I like to sing in my head.
What?
That's a really, really, really good callback.
Yeah.
I love
mean,
that you remember that.
Okay. I'm going to stand up now. Now we're getting serious.
Oh shit.
Okay. So you brought in so Silas, you brought in Caleb real fast. Okay? Got him in there, dropped him off, put yourself on Overwatch. And have been kind of running a little bit of interference just in terms of Oya and messaging there from the exemplars and things of that nature. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So Oya's been messaging and saying, listen, something weird going on here. We got some people MIA. Blackbird is yelling about having some kind of fight with some members of your team 10 minutes from now? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Really need you to sort out what's going on here, or help me sort it out. Getting messages from Aegis. Everyone, and this is all individual things that have been popping up like 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute apart from each other. One of the ones near the end is like, everyone seems super pissed at you, kid, about something that apparently you did that hasn't happened yet.
What else is new?
Super tired of the time shenanigans.
All right. Great. And so Silas wasn't there for the run-in with Blackbird
No.
and for them finding out it was Aegis, was he?
Well, finding out it was Aegis was after you guys got reset, and Mitzi was actually right next to you in the Aladdin's castle.
Gotcha.
Figured that out. So yeah, when you went back to this Aegis base, the knowledge there is, yes, it's Aegis. Yes, they've got Perry, and yes, they seem to be fucking around with Perry's tech without really knowing how to control it properly. Which brings you to the shocking realization that as screwed up as the stuff was that Perry was doing before, which was occasionally annoying, all of this stuff that's causing like brain embolisms and people committing suicide is so much worse than like Perry screwing with the timeline was apparently best case scenario compared to what other people are doing with it.
Fantastic.
And I quote, "Oh, we only nuked 2 blocks? That's amazing."
That's a new personal record.
You have no idea how good this timeline is going so far. But apparently, yeah, they're doing stuff, and we have a new thing. Aegis doing Aegis stuff.
Oh, good. Love that for us.
And I think Aegis cut off their communication when y'all landed because they might be, a little out of commission right now. Okay, everybody's asleep.
Yeah, the Aegis base itself probably isn't going to be a big headache for you right now. But so I'm curious how you're responding to Oya, because to a certain extent how you're responding to Oya is how much you can delay exemplar interference coming your way. So what's going on there as far as all that's going? How that's all going? How much is this Han Solo Death Star jailbreak, and how much of this is, something better? Hmm. Or are you just trying to come? What's your approach here? There's a lot of ways you could just be like, what, screw it. I'm just going to tell her everything, and we'll sort it out from there.
It's a lot of information to take in.
I know. I got you.
So we're essentially trying to break into Aegis, and we're trying to get them to stop doing the time.
Well, get Perry out. Perry's
still in Aegis.
Perry's managed to get himself at least somewhat loose, but some asshole GM said as he was loose, and Caleb had him, and it's like, I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue you. I said, hey, Perry, are you going to leave with them still having the energy source that lets them continue to do this? And his response to that was a no. So the plan has changed in mid-plan.
Okay, so Perry's still inside.
Correct. So is Caleb.
The plan did not survive contact with the enemy.
Or you. Actually, the plan did not survive contact with you.
Details.
But we can all still psychically communicate with each other,
correct? Yes.
Except with Perry, because Mitzi is not connected with Perry.
Gotcha. But we can still communicate with Caleb, who is inside.
She could be, though.
There was a little...
Caleb...
You were touching Perry's brain a little bit because you were getting the wizard is about to die. Sorry.
Mitzi... Oh, that's right. Because as you quote, he's psychically endowed. That's right.
Yeah. Mitzi was starting to set up the link and was getting like, warrior needs food badly. Wizard is about to die. And she's like, Perry? And like puts him into the like. So yeah, you probably got Perry too. Okay. So you guys are linked. Oya is texting you. You're basically standing outside of the Aegis building waiting for something bad to happen or trying to keep bad things from happening. What going on? What you doing? Sean looks happy about exactly none of this.
I'm just, I think it's appropriate that also in character, I would probably be completely out of my depth, because out of character, I'm completely out of my depth.
To sum up very broadly, your team has said these assholes kidnapped Perry. Also, apparently they're the ones that have been breaking everybody's brain like assholes. The reason that Rook seemed to be involved in all of the time resets wasn't because they were doing it or had somehow figured out the tech or something like that. It's because Aegis just keeps fucking with them when they're trying to do anything. They're like the test target. Like, oh, Rook is up to something. Let's reset him again. It'll be hilarious.
They're like freaking Jerry in the simulation on that one episode of Rick and Morty. I got it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of where things are at. The Exemplars don't collectively seem to be involved directly with this. You don't think, but except for the fact that Blackbird got called in because Blackbird, while being Exemplar, is also an Aegis agent.
Right.
So they were able to pull them in right away when the first thing happened.
Okay, I think I follow. So Mitzi and I are going to try and probably break in to get Perry and Caleb out, also destroy the thing while we're there. That's where my brain goes.
You may need to join them, yeah. Well, Perry and Caleb are there. Mitzi's not there. Mitzi has got everybody sleep. You're outside to do whatever. You can join them and continue with the breakage, or whatever. Meanwhile, Oya is still like, kid, you haven't taken more than 5 minutes to respond to a text ever that I've sent you, and we're up to 7.5 now. So what?
I've been ignoring my friends for weeks because of you. I am taking care of my friends today. Suck it up and deal.
Are you just shouting that at the phone without actually sending it? Or are you just talking to your text screen?
I'm using voice to text, and I'm shouting so loud that it's coming through in all caps.
Oh, that's good. I think that's going to go really well. I think
Yeah.
that's going to go really well.
I'm sure I'm not going to regret that at all later.
I actually want to see how that's going to go.
Yeah.
What exactly do you say to her? What do you actually do say to her?
I say, you have had me doing this superhero shit for weeks. I already knew how to do this, and we're going through all of this dumb training, and because of this, the relationship that I have with my friends, who, by the way, are my team, and so it helps to have a good relationship with your team. You should try it sometime. That has been estranged, and I would really like to fix that. So I'm going to prioritize that. Have a day. I love how Perry's screen has frozen on him doing the wow thing.
No, that wasn't frozen. That was his face.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's almost how badly it was frozen when he saw the fractal memory thing. Except he was like kind of 1,000-yard staring into the floor, which was especially good. It was really bad.
That I forgot that I was muted when I was doing the explanation, but yeah, not froze, just acting. I pretend I'm a wizard.
I think
that's the funniest thing in the world. So Ian, you shall not pass. Ian.
I think. Oh man, I'm of two minds about this. One way to look at it is that you're defending the team against interference from Oya and all that kind of stuff, and it's a defend. The other way of
Sabers locked at 3.
Yeah, the other way of looking at it is you're provoking and saying, back off, leave me alone, let me take care of my team. The evil GM side of me likes that because it's you not thinking about thinking, and you're trying to provoke, but at the same time not being very good about it and like acting against that. But I'm not actually.
I do love the idea of them overreacting and me gaining influence over Oya.
Is that part of the defend thing?
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Just so you know, Sean, Mitzi has influence over Blackbird now.
Amazing.
Oh yes,
I love this for us. The glow up is real.
I mean, the upside of the provoke is if it lands, she it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. The downside is you're not nearly as strong with the provoke, but that's okay because provoke is based on superior, and I think popping off at your mentor doesn't necessarily show a lot of pre-planning.
It's also interesting though because provoke is superior, which is my mentor's embodied trait. So it would kind of be me popping off at her with like, oh, that's kind of I'm mad at him for doing what I taught him to do.
Yep. My daughter and I accidentally had a really intense conversation a couple nights ago. We were watching, I don't know, Torchwood or something, and she made this comment. My wife said something like, "Oh, it's just that one of those things that you do this thing with some characters," and she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, and I randomly said, "Well, what you do is blah," and it was not taken well. It was a very earth-shattering revelation on her part that she had this particular pattern of behavior toward some characters, and so that was another hour and a half of my life trying to sort that out. But during the course of that, she also gave me some feedback on some things that I could be doing differently in my life. So at the time, it was good. It was good. It was all good. It was a very effective.
That's all of that sounds like quality daddy-daughter time to me.
It was
sounds amazing.
Daddy-daughter
through a
wasn't super happy at the time. Right. There was a lot of
That's the work. That's the important work.
But the interesting thing about it is I wouldn't say that her provoke landed at the time that she was going for, but the next day I did go back and go, you said something last night, and I would like to take away from that, like something that I could do better. So could you give me that list? What that is? Because I don't really watch The Office.
Influence over dad.
Yeah, I don't really watch The Office. Like, I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it, but I've been exposed to all the memes, and there is a line in there that's like, whenever I think of something to do, I think about what would an idiot do, and then I don't do that.
Right.
And in conflicts with my kids, I think about what my ex would do when she interacts with my daughter, and then I do the opposite. Which is to say, my daughter says something I don't like, I go back and say, can you tell me some more about that so I can be better? Because that's pretty much the diametric opposite of what her mom does. So, anyway, my point is that the provoke's probably good no matter what, because whatever you say, even if it doesn't land and doesn't get you what you want right now, Oya's probably going to remember everything you said.
And I probably won't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. She's going to remember it, and she's probably going to process it, and there'll be some more interesting conversations about that. So, yeah, let's do a provoke. Let's see if we can get Oya to what are you trying to get her to do? Like, to just back off us?
Yeah, back off, leave me alone. Trust me to do the work that you trained me to do.
Which I also contradictorily just said I didn't need the training to do. That's a 7. That is a 7. Okay. Provoke is a tricky one with the mid-range ones because there's a GM fiat thing in here that I don't love, partly because it's more work on my part. So it's true.
Well, I actually like the idea of they overreact and you gain influence, because them overreacting is also not going to be good for me.
No. That particular option is very sexy. I love it.
Yeah.
No, the thing is with provoke on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait. They do what you want. On a 7 and 9, they can instead choose one. The way that's worded is very explicit because the GM can just throw their hands in the air and say, yeah, they go along with it anyway. Right. In the 7 and 9, which I don't love. I tend to go with the other options, but you're right. Overreacting, you gain influence over them. Okay, so you pop off this all caps text back to her, and then what? You just slap the phone into your little automatic.
I put it on D&D because
you put it on Do Not Disturb, and what? Tear off, like head back into the base, following the Caleb-shaped holes in the wall.
That tracks. Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to that overreact part.
I'm sure that we will.
Oh boy. Okay. I love this for you, for all of you. Take influence over Oya. Make sure you get that on your sheet somewhere.
For sure.
All right. Perry.
Yes, sir.
You've got...
Hey, question.
Yes, sir.
May I roll, no doubt at a significant circumstantial disadvantage? If I flip over to roll 20, does my camera go off, but you can still hear me? Is that how it works?
Probably.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. But camera is still on or not?
No.
Okay, good to know. So I have that thing, my new move.
Oh, I need to look and see what that is.
The always prepared.
Always prepared. Gotcha. All right.
And I'm wondering, because of Perry's like obvious future tech, quote unquote, is it possible that they missed something when they put me in the Matrix sled? And so I'm hoping to roll always prepared to at least have one thing left on me that I can then justify.
Oh, so this is
This is the move that I took to justify
unleash your powers with superior Sifric.
How fast and loose which I love, by the way, that how much poetic creative license you've given me with Perry's tech. But this is basically the way to backward. You know what I'm thinking?
Well, the tech is easy, but mechanically is nice because it lets you roll superior instead of freak. It doesn't really matter to you right now because your freak and your superior are actually the same at the moment. But
okay, yeah, sure.
But yes, you can absolutely. So when you have a chance to restock you absolutely have a chance to restock your supplies because you woke up in a super high tech lab and it's like yoink 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 yoink.
Oh,
off we go.
Lovely. Okay. So it's difficult for me to see right now. Do I have any when I roll on this move, do I have any pluses or minuses to give to it?
What you want to do? No, what you do basically is you hit there's a little dice box thing next to the move always prepared. You just roll that instead of rolling
but then I don't know where the little pop-up goes. Let me see, because I know on the desktop I know where it goes, but
I don't know
this
either.
I don't see it. Has anything rolled?
No. You want me to roll
and
it?
I'm not getting the. Yeah. Would you mind? Oh, here it is.
Just take some time.
Got it. Sorry, I had to click over to the other. So sorry, it just took me a second to figure it out because I don't normally do.
Look at look at that. That's lovely. It does its thing.
What happened?
It shows up in the roll. You got it.
Yeah.
And it's a full hit.
Lovely.
All right, so
Great.
I'm assuming that you're rolling to try to find the energy signature. Is that what the deal is?
Well,
the power supply.
Not that. This is specifically this is a roll that's like this tells you how many potential gadgets I have on me, and then each time I use one, I mark it off, and at the end, I think when I'm done, I like take a condition or something.
You overread this. You overread this. Let me break down the move a little bit for you. When you have a chance to restock, when you have a chance to restock your supplies, stop. Hold 2 gadgets. Boom. That just happens.
Great.
When you've got stuff that you can hoover up into your pockets, and do stuff with and fiddle with and do the electronic equivalent of solving a Rubik's Cube with, you get 2 gadgets kind of hanging out in your pockets. That just happens. You don't have to roll for that. When you unleash your powers by producing one of these gadgets out of your pocket to use for your stuff, spend 1 gadget. So you check off one of the little gadget checkboxes that you have, and you roll plus superior instead of rolling freak. So you just rolled. Okay. So this is you using a gadget. So
I'm burning one of the gadgets to find the energy signature, 100%. So yes, sir.
And I need immediately. Yep. This is the video.
It's going to be some crazy, like clutched to get. Whoa. Sorry, I got giant. I'm sorry. This is literally squirrel, except it's fins. I'm pretty sure they're sharks and not dolphins.
Neat.
And there's a bunch of them.
I'm going to share.
Don't go swimming.
So no, I wouldn't. I'll tell you a story about Nukuhiva when we have a moment. This is a Rube Goldberg contraption that looks like a cross between like the Frankenstein's monster and like a dowsing rod and like a little box on a strap that I can like dial in the sine waves and stuff, and it's like this ridiculous mix of high and low tech based on what was in arm's reach. The RCA patched into the quarter inch that I got to strip this on the fly, and with it, so yeah.
I require for a point of reference, everyone check out the 1-minute clip that I sent, so that we have a shared mental image of Perry's thing.
I'm sorry that
look in the game chat.
Welcome.
Okay. Sorry, I was just Perry's.
Where am I?
Needed
1969.
Like, what are we talking about?
You got the moon landing to look forward to?
Oh, the moon landing's brilliant. We went 4 times back when we had transport.
Working on it.
How did I get here?
Same way we did. Touch of an angel. Same one probably since you ended up in the same year. No, don't get up. Time travel out our capsule. Nasty. Catch your breath, don't go swimming for half an hour.
I don't.
I can't.
Perfect.
Fascinating
Beautiful.
race, the Weeping Angels. The only psychopaths in the universe to kill you nicely. No mess, no fuss, they just zap you into the past and let you live to death. The rest of your life used up and blown away in the blink of an eye. You die in the past, and in the present they consume the energy of all the days you might have had. All your stolen moments. They're creatures of the abstract, they live off potential energy.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Trust me, just nod when he stops for breath.
Track you down with this. This is my timey-wimey detector. Goes ding when there's stuff.
At 1 minute and 5 seconds, you can pretty much stop because it's my timey-wimey detector. It goes ding when there's stuff. Is pretty much Perry's design aesthetic. In my mind, personally.
I didn't realize until this moment how much Perry's fashion aesthetic
Is Doctor Who
informed by
10th Doctor specifically?
I had Fourth Doctor in my head in the original concept stuff, but like he certainly ended up a lot more Tennant's Doctor than Fourth,
even with the hair.
Yep,
and the sand shoes. I mean, it's the whole thing. Anyway,
I'm not mad about it.
Anyway, so
that is exactly. Oh hell yeah! With the sorry, I just finally got it.
So yeah,
absolutely with the. Especially with the reel-to-reel on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Caleb is like, what are we going to do? It's like, we're going to find the power supply. How? With this. And he just randomly turns around, whirls away from this table where he's been like leaning over. With this. It's my time energy detector. Goes ding when there's stuff. Can also cook eggs from like 60 paces. Even if they're still in the kitchen. Or still in the chicken.
Don't put your head in front of it.
Whether you want it to or not. It's really bad for chickens.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Which one do you want?
That's a line from the thing. It's like can cook an egg from 60 paces, whether you want it to or not. It's really bad for chickens. Anyway, so you have the unleash your powers, the sensing of the things, the sensors. You get exactly where you need to go. Or basically, this becomes your motion sensor / metal detector / Geiger counter for heading for
Egon looking for ghosts in the library basement.
Yes. Meanwhile, Birthright following Caleb route, mining tunnel that he's used to get down through. Because the thing is with Caleb is he's breaking stuff even when he doesn't need to. Like, he's just using a stairwell and like apparently just decided to reach up and grab one of those emergency lights and yank it down off the wall. Just, it's like fucking breadcrumbs. So yeah, he's just tearing up the loaf of bread and leaving crumbs, except it's expensive stuff.
One thing didn't get knocked off the shelf, and he went back just to go boop.
Knock it off. Yep. Okay. So
sorry, I was looking at sharks. I apologize. I should probably just close the curtains. Yeah. So the object is to get there.
We're not just gonna glaze. You have sharks outside your
He just
window?
mentioned that earlier, that he's looking out the window and he's looking at sharks.
Sorry, I'm on a port day, which is why I have a good enough signal to hang with y'all. And I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. I didn't know Charleston had sharks, but I'm not seeing any blow spouts, so I'm guessing they're not any variety of mammal with a dorsal fin.
I would stay in the boat. I think if you had an option there.
Don't worry, I'm on a big boat, so it's all good.
Stay in the big boat. Stay in the big boat.
Be in a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Someday I will tell you. Someday when we're not doing this, I will tell you the story of my grandparents who debarked from a cruise ship while it was traversing the Panama Canal, and in motion down a rope ladder to a speedboat in their 70s.
Yes.
I love the way Joyce goes. Someday I'll tell you the story where.
Oh no, there's way more than just that. That's just the facts. But that's the whole thing.
The reverse of that with with a rope minus the latter part was my first trip to the Panama Canal, so yes.
Okay,
Very similar experience. I love it.
You guys are tracking up to this thing. Caleb is somewhat keeping Birthright, and yeah, to Mitzi's point, pretty much all of the, leaning into Mitzi's thing, pretty much all of the Aegis operatives are out. Did you put Goodall to sleep too, or are you still kind of talking? Okay, so Goodall's out, everybody.
Can we leave a note on like Goodall's chest that says, "This time we just put you to sleep"?
Goodall's been okay.
Okay, maybe not Goodall.
Goodall's been okay. No,
whoever the jerk is.
The problem person has been. Well,
Maybe,
we'll get to the problem person in a second.
Okay.
Maybe veiled death threats is not a good move for superheroes.
I mean, that seems fair.
That's right. Good guy.
We're not
good
Marvel
guy.
superheroes.
Good guy. I'm a good guy.
Just kill
I'm
everybody.
A good guy.
Parker.
I finally got to see Free Guy, so I'm a good guy. We're not.
Oh,
no,
yeah, we
I'm a
need to
good
watch
guy.
that. Oh, shoot.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know. We've been meaning to watch it. We keep getting sidetracked by a French anime named called Wakfu. Don't ask. It's a whole thing.
You've told us a bit about it.
It's good. Well, yeah, I told you about it because of the Portal Kid. Anyway, all right. So,
Ba, 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 ba.
there's too many pop culture references here to go to, or references rather to go to. For
I'm
this.
sorry.
No. This is fine. This is fine. Big hallway. You're leading into it. I'm just going to bring everybody together on this thing because basically, Birthright finds you about the same time that you guys are pondering this gigantic vault door. That's a time lock. It's this whole thing with like there's an initial door that's got a window in it, and that takes you into basically kind of an airlock thing, and then there's a vault door, but the thing that you want is in there.
So I just go to Caleb and say, "Physic, make a hole."
Caleb, like, okay, maybe.
I mean,
that's a lot of door.
It seems like that would be more fun for you than,
Oh, I want to break it. I want to break it.
I mean, I'm sure Birthright could go full Han Solo and just shoot the lock mechanism, or
and
say less.
And he walks, and he kind of walks around the corner. He's like, "Wait, Birthright can do what? Because I'm here for this."
He flies around the corner. You rang.
One of my favorite things in City of Heroes is being the flying character, but who's flying, like has the flight power on. It's old game, but flying inside buildings, like through hallways and stuff, and kind of coasting to a stop at intersections. Right. Nothing feels better than that. It's traversing a walkable space while flying. I would have just played the game for that.
If I could fly, my feet would never touch the ground. I would just hover everywhere, just like a cocky bitch.
Yep. Anyway, so Birthright kind of glides around the corner, coasts.
City of Heroes is an old game. I'm gonna need a minute.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, "How dare you?"
Excuse me. You cannot. I met my wife on City of Heroes, so
I played Doom for the first time in the adjacent cubicle to the original fish cam. So yeah, tell me about old. So okay.
All right. So Birthright kind of comes around the corner, glides to a stop. Birthright can do what? Or something to that effect.
Doors open things. Which it's fast if you do it. My way takes longer, and I need my stuff for another thing.
Oh hell yeah! I've always wanted to do this. And what he does,
I'm glad you got what I said from that.
While humming the Mission Impossible theme, he uses his laser vision to cut like a circle in the door, and then it just like in a spy movie. And he's like, "Hell yeah, that was awesome!"
Steal some stuff.
All right.
Get the message.
And Mitzi is 100% hearing this in her head. What's going on?
Yeah, Mitzi's like about to take a powerful blow from what have I enabled?
Like, why am I not there to like wrangle these balls?
Well,
Like,
you're there in spirit. I mean, for all intents
Yeah.
and purposes, you're like a ghostly hologram hovering behind them, like present in their heads and stuff. So you're getting like a 3-camera shot of this whole scenario. Okay.
And Perry's just has like this math overlay constantly going.
I don't think. Hang on. I forgot something here, but carry on your merry way. What I want to do, because here's the thing, Aegis put this together. Hang on, Frank's singing. I gotta wait. All right.
Okay, I'm done.
It's okay. Aegis put this together specifically to protect it from superheroes doing shit like this. So I'm actually saying that this is probably. Oh, that isn't what I intended to do. Whatever, it's fine.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
This is significant enough that it actually is going to require a roll because they're actually trying to keep people like you out. So, Silas, Birthright, I need you.
Got to roll to cut the door open.
I need you to. Well, it's not just because the thing is, it's multiple doors and this whole Faraday cage of superpower, anti-superpower crap, and also that kind of stuff. What I need you to do is unleash your powers. I'm going to make sure that we have the appropriate amount of team going on here. I don't know why it's doing that. That's annoying.
I don't think we ever talked about team last time.
Well, team just happens. Like you get some new team at the beginning of every session.
Yeah, but we never set the team mechanics thing.
No. There was like 2 points left, and you guys burned it all down near the end to make it all happen. So you were kind of at 0, and I just reset it to 2, which is where it should be setting. Aside from any other stuff, I don't know why it's taking so long to do that. It's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it right now.
Still request.
Steal request. Please say yes to the steal request because I accidentally gave a whole bunch of team to a bunch of other people. I didn't mean to do that. So if you see a thing in Roll20 for steal request, Frank won't be able to see it. It's fine. All right. So for Silas, for Birthright, please unleash your power.
Alrighty.
Conveniently, there's a lot of people. Your whole team is here with you, so they can spend team to help you if there's.
Should I? I got the steal request. Should I let it go?
Yeah, please just approve that. That's just me house cleaning up Roll20 stupid stuff.
I gotcha. Unleash.
Unleash the Kraken. That's got to be the school's battle cry. Unleash the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. That's got to be their school's battle cry. A 10.
That's a full hit.
That is a full hit. That is well. It's got to feel pretty good. Yeah, you just
Come on, bullshit.
Overcome an obstacle on a hit. You do it. All right. So yeah. Aside from cutting through that front door, that was the first thing, and then there's like the big, like the heavy steel thing. Is there a gripping and tearing kind of deal? Does Caleb get into this at all? Like what's?
Is it all lasers?
Or is it all lasers all the way in? Are you just like?
So I think what he does, he like lasers the circle, and then he, with like a big like force of breath, like blows the circle out.
Oh, jeez, show off.
What?
100% showing off.
What? But okay,
Yeah.
And for the record, Perry hasn't seen you do powers yet. I don't think.
Not really. Not. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
somewhat.
Because
Not the
the
big
last
stuff.
thing I remember, you were still wearing the suit that I made for you.
Yeah,
and
he
flying around
started.
in space and stuff.
He started flying in space, like
Like,
really flying.
I
and-
legit thought you were going to pull out a blaster and shoot the lock mechanism, and then you lasered it with your eyeballs.
Yep.
You guys have all been out
So-
of touch.
Yeah,
Perry's been on his own
how
bullshit
long
for a
have I
while.
been asleep?
Okay, so
About 5 hours.
after the second door, what's the second door look like? Is it tear it right out of the wall thing, or? So you've got like there's like multiple layers. So I'm just wondering how you're tearing through all of this stuff.
Yeah, the second one, I would fly through the first hole, and is it like bars, or is it like another?
No, the
more
next one's
glass
like the
door?
heavy duty. The first one's more like a security door with like a little glass like viewport. The second one's like the big heavy bank vault door kind of a scenario.
Okay.
Or would it have been
So
like tear off the light one, laser the heavy one?
that's probably what it would have
Yeah,
been.
grab this thing. Okay, that's boring. Oh, I've been wanting to do this
Yeah.
for a while. Yeah, you get to the
Yeah.
big one, you're like, oh baby.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. And then you kind of like blow out the hot metal, the flames off the hot metal and stuff like that, like it's a fucking birthday cake.
Right.
Caleb, actually, I'll even have Caleb do it. Like when you blow it out, you're like, I guess happy birthday. That was cool, dude.
When you put your lips close together, is it cool enough that you can like ice it down?
Ocarina of Pain. Let's not make him completely Superman. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
So you step in and there's the steam and the smoke and just the heat distortion and stuff come out into this sort of lab scenario with like the big kind of Faraday cage kind of rack mount thing for the power supply. Not very big, but if they'd taken like the power supply out of Iron Man's chest and put it into some kind of array to channel and use and possibly execute commands to and stuff like that.
Is it more like the power supply that Obadiah Stane made that was like, the size of a hangar?
Well,
because he couldn't make it the size of the one that's in Tony's chest?
The power supply is the same because they got the power supply that was floating out in space that you decided you didn't prioritize.
Oh, right.
They've been able to do this because they got that and said, okay. So what they have
Sorry, I forgot that, and I thought they were making their own. My bad.
Yeah, the lack of the miniaturization here is about the control mechanism because you were basically having Dr. Infinity carry this thing around in her body, and the whole body was the body was essentially the control mechanism. They've had to use. I mean, there's a ton of stuff happening in this room, but very likely it's literally the entire facility has been dedicated simply to giving this thing commands in a way that doesn't melt the earth and crack reality. And they're still not quite nailing it. They stole Dr. Infinity's heart. I'm just looking at Dingo's commentary. Why
you want to do 10 men like that?
Standing slightly off center, not off to the side, but not directly in front of, not like being a barrier, but standing next to and in front of and slightly to the right of this whole array is Special Agent Parker. She's got her ID up. Hi.
So she like saw us cutting open the door.
She's standing in the space that you just broke into. Yes.
Oh,
I know her helmet. That's right.
You said she's holding up an ID like she's a journalist at a protest.
No, she just she's
badge.
not. Yeah, she's holding up her Aegis badge.
Oh, okay, I get it. Like, hey,
hi, I'm Special Agent Parker, Aegis. In case anyone here has forgotten that you're in an Aegis
Special
base.
Agent Parker of Aegis. I'm taking back something you stole from me. In case someone has forgotten.
I didn't actually steal it from you. I took it from.
It matters not. That is a completely academic point. That is mine, and it will be leaving with us.
This is uncontrolled technology that we recovered floating dead in space. That you left.
I am unaware of a salvage treaty that applies to that portion of space.
Oh, it's not salvage. We're commandeering something that is unsafe.
Commandeer these nuts. That's mine. We're leaving.
Fractal. Perry.
Parker.
I need you to understand the shitstorm that you are endeavoring to pull down onto your own head at this point.
Do you understand the shitstorm that you will pull down if you numbskulls continue to operate that power supply with this ridiculous paperweight doorstop hanger thing that you've Rube Goldberg around my fucking Picasso of a power supply.
I don't know where Sassy Perry came from, but I'm here for it.
It's funny because he's so unsure until it comes down to his tech, and suddenly it's like, no.
This is potentially you've heard of 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and Fukushima?
Morons. No, sorry.
Is he eating a sandwich while he's saying all this?
Oh yeah, pocket PB&J. Yes.
You know what? You're absolutely right. This is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
We don't fully understand it. But if I understand things correctly, you've been using this unsuccessfully for almost 2 centuries of your subjective time. Don't you think you could use a little bit of help? Why don't we work together? And we could use this for some real positive change.
You know, that's a really interesting proposal. Maybe you should have presented that offer before you stole our shit.
And kidnap somebody.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think Mitzi like chimes in like mentally to them like and kidnap somebody. Like
Oh yes, and kidnap somebody.
I'm willing to concede. I am willing to concede the point.
The look on Mo's face when she was like 2 centuries, and she's like,
yes, 2 centuries of my time. Has the world ended?
But did you die?
But did you die? No.
Has the world ended? No. So, I humbly submit that unsuccessfully is perhaps a tad inaccurate. Now, here's the olive branch I am willing to extend.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Name your top 3 scientists. I'll pick one. They can come consult.
that's why you're thinking.
Our lab space. Yours is rubbish. Seriously, it's garbage. You're using rubber bands and like the technology that failed in the 80s.
I would like to point out
I
that
mean,
I am a
3M
teenager,
put a
and I
patent
got
on that
through
glue
your
for a
high
reason.
security walls.
Okay.
Pretty effortlessly.
Okay, let's go with what he said because it's much better than my reference.
That's. You were gonna, Mitzi. You had the thing.
Like that was light work.
I think while she's thinking, I think she's gonna like look at her through the guy's eyes and see like what is she using to like block her? Like she's trying to like see through them like what she's using to block her.
Ooh.
She's using them as like eyes on the ground, so like to see like her. So they can just knock it off her or something, and Mitzi can knock her out. And they can just step over her and grab the thing and leave.
You can't. Okay.
Can we assess through them?
You can. I think you can assess. I don't think it's so much a power thing as much as it is like you guys, can you figure out what she's using to block me? Because she should be out and she's not out. Like sort of collectively have the group kind of.
Yeah, I think she's like, why is she not asleep? She's got something to block my brainwaves, and I don't know why.
And she has been, right? Because she was blocking you before,
Did
right?
Like a go, yeah.
the same hole that we knocked into the door in here not take out whatever mental Faraday cage was supporting her, or is it localized to her? Does she
It's
have
localized
like
to her.
Yeah.
Does she have like a Magneto helmet?
There's been a couple of instances where she's shown up and Clarity's been unable to read her or get anything off of her. There was one time where she let her guard drop. There was one time where she let her guard drop for a second, and Mitzi was able to get like just a snippet off of her. I think it was like, go ahead.
If I just kind of casually shift my body towards her, does my tech pick up a power signature from her? I'm just wondering if she is also an artificial being.
Does she ding when we find stuff?
Does she ding when you find stuff? Mitzi, why don't you roll and assess? But everybody else can help. I realize this is Office Superior, which may not be.
I'm a man. It's so rare that I find the stuff.
Superior's a 1, so it's not that bad.
She's wrapped entirely in foil.
I'm guilty. Oh wait, no, on. No, this is fine. Actually, no, this is okay.
Yeah.
She can't lower her arms.
This is no, it's Dingo's. Dingo's comment in the.
Oh god, I'm guilty. Okay.
Are you guilty?
Yeah, this is fine.
This is fine. Is it?
It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine. And we don't actually have enough team to fix that because we only have 2.
I'll just take the potential. It's okay.
I love how much potential you're marking for yourself. It's great.
Hang on.
I'm just catching up to y'all.
Caleb's got a thing.
If he helps by breaking something, I think he can like add a +2.
Yeah, hang on. Let me see. When you help a teammate through destructive, criminal, or rule-breaking actions, you can give them a +2 instead of a +1 when you spend team from the pool. All right, he can get you to a 7 if you want to get to a 7. It boils down to how badly do you want to know this stuff.
I kind of really want to know.
Okay. All right. So what could Caleb be doing for that would help? And
maybe just like going in and destroying like various things, like a cat just like meh.
Oh, I don't have the dice box up. I'm sorry, Dingo's my bad. There you go. Now you can see the 4. Dingo's was just saying I can't see the dice roll, but I can tell what it is from everyone's expressions.
You know, it's fine. just see my shame on my face. It's all right.
Okay, so Caleb. Because Caleb was there during that whole thing where, like, because the Rook guys, that whole face mask thing that the Rook guys have, that's actually some kind of screen thing. That was like an actual mechanical, some kind of interference tinfoil hat technology thing. She was not that, and she had people from Aegis that were back in the helicopter that didn't have it. And you did something that caused her defense to drop for a second.
She was thinking about something. We asked her a question that she actually had to pause and think about.
Yeah, and you got
Mitzi kind of like just snapped in and like.
Did my top 3 scientists question?
No, you asked who was when you asked it was when
I'm asking for this time if that was a big enough pause.
No, for the purposes of this help, I want it to be Caleb doing something. But in that case, it was Perry asking like who was patient 0, and she actually thought of it clearly enough that you figured out who patient 0 was.
That's okay. Yeah, I remember
right.
That.
So Caleb is like, I'm just going to go with something rather broad for him. In the acting sense, you know, he grabs some random stuff. He's like, this is stupid. He grabs something that's clearly plugged in, clearly powered, and clearly doing something, rips it loose. This is stupid. Breaks it over his knee, picks up another thing, makes a magic glowy sword thing, slashes, it won't come loose, so he cuts it loose. It's like, you're stupid. All the rest of this is stupid. I don't even know why we're talking to you. We could just break every single thing in here, knock your ass out, and walk out of here with this.
Caleb. Chill.
Since when do you have glowy swords?
It's been a long 6 hours.
My mom taught me. It's been like a month. Anyway. Okay, so that's happening, and he's being destructive and causing, again, the distraction there that And I'm going to say, Perry, if you don't mind, Perry just like looking for tech and stuff like that, looking for things that go bing. That can be the other point. So Caleb being destructive is giving a +2, and that gets you up to a 6. And then Perry helping out with his sort of observing technological stuff gives you the other +1. What you thank you, Dingo. What that gives you, Mitzi, is there's a moment where she's like kind of like reacting to the fact that, am I about to witness a super go crazy and beat up and possibly hurt a bunch of people thing, where she drops things enough where her eyes start to sag shut. Okay? And at the same time, Perry is saying, I'm not getting anything technologically. She doesn't have implants or something, subcutaneous implants or anything. This is just her own discipline against mental invasion. This is a trained
personality.
It's a trained thing.
Well, yeah.
She whether or not she's very, very, very low grade psychic and has put all of that into one cool trick, or it's just mental conditioning that Aegis gives their higher level agents, or what, she's doing this because she's literally doing this. So I'm giving you that, so that's the information that you get out of this thing. Technically, it would be unstable or temporary. I'm just going to call it, yeah. I think it's just, I don't feel like it's high enough grade knowledge for you to take a condition off of or anything like that. And I don't feel like...
Well, it's not a part of the assess. That's what you just explained.
Oh, were you doing it as an assess? Oh, all right.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I was doing it as unleash your powers. All right, never mind.
It was unleash your powers.
Sorry, my brain broke. My brain broke there for a second. So assess the situation. All right, there's the information. Ask me a question, I guess, about any of that. I mean, best end this quickly would probably... There's so many things.
How could we best end this quickly?
Your base is crap. Oh, really? Because I just tore through it. It wasn't. How did you put it? What did you say?
I said, I'm a teenager, and I got through your high security stuff pretty effortlessly. That was light work for me.
Light work. Yeah, that's what it was. I have an answer, but I don't like that answer, so let me think about it here for a second. Well, no, I mean, it's the answer is if you go ham on her, you'll overwhelm her. She's not a superhero. She's got a discipline to kind of she's not defending against a single target attack. She's dealing with an area of effect thing that basically puts people to sleep, and that's not high grade enough. But if you were to go, I mean, you got through it before. You started to get through it right there.
Always running around with Nick Fury. Is that basically what?
Yeah. I mean, that's physically that's a good. Yeah, Stone.
Okay.
What's her name? I can't remember.
I can't remember. Yeah.
She certainly has that.
Yeah.
She's got that vibe
from the other show. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's
Or
Supergirl's sister in the Supergirl show. That works too.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case,
killing me, I can't remember her name because in the comic she has a thing for Cyclops, and it's really funny.
But yeah, she's definitely that kind of vibe.
Maria Hill.
There you go. I don't know why I had Stone going on in there.
I had Maria. I was like Maria something. I don't remember what it is. But yeah.
There you go.
I think Mitzi's gonna be like. I think Mitzi's like, keep distracting her. I'm gonna get through and put her out.
Okay.
So in an effort to keep distracting, Perry's like, yeah, 3 scientists, your place? No, I would absolutely be willing to work on a neutral campus, however.
I have the new base of operations that we got set up.
That's not neutral.
Bring people
Halcyon University.
Base.
That's not neutral. Also, what do you mean you have a new base? Halcyon University?
I don't have a new base. What are you talking about?
It's more like a gym with a very exclusive membership.
Halcyon University. We have a grant there. We have several grants there. And we basically own a couple of the buildings. Yeah, it's still neutral. They're running their own thing.
Yeah,
all right.
That works. And I'm thinking that both their cyclotron and their the star thing, like suddenly Perry loses the ability to speak, but he's like
your
the telescope thing.
Observatory?
Thank you.
Perry knows it, whether or not you do.
Right.
At the moment.
Right.
You know, it's convenient to me that you're going to directly engage right now, and you're not currently afraid. So good job. Well done. We are out of team, though. I'm going to mention that for helping out with this thing. But you do get a +1 because you're acting on your your thing. You're acting on your thing.
Yeah.
So it's directly engage, rolling danger with a +1 to just essentially switch her off.
Fuck!
Oh my god, dude! Double ones? Have you leveled yet?
No, but I'll take that potential now instead of.
You're doing so good.
There's times when supportive boyfriend is not helpful.
You got a great personality.
You're gonna do great next time. We all learn from our mistakes.
I love what you're trying to do out there.
Going forward, I love it and hate it, but I really love it.
All right. So,
I think she's trying to break in, and she's just so mentally like, whomp, the wall.
actually, this ties in really well to the other thing. Oh, this is gonna get so ugly right now. Oh,
do it, make it ugly. Give me a powerful blow, like.
Oh no! I wasn't even thinking about a powerful blow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Love that for you.
I mean,
I can picture how this might go down, but I don't want to give Joyce any ideas.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Hang on.
I always forget how flippin' huge pelicans are until one flies right by my window.
Okay. I need to check in with with you guys. I wasn't joking when Sean said a couple days ago, man, I am totally over the time resetting shenanigans. And I said, same. It wasn't me being sarcastic. I am ready.
Yeah, I definitely feel like me being gone for 5 weeks kind of stuck you guys in this story.
It was okay. It's okay. Because they could have ignored it. And we just didn't. It was meant to be a thing that was going to be happening kind of in the background and then come to a head when you got back. That wasn't how it ended up working out.
It definitely feels like we've come to a head.
Yeah, that part's worked great. With that said,
is she gonna reset us right now?
I feel like the thing that would happen would be that she panics and slaps the reset button out of sheer panic when she feels you trying to get in her head. But I am willing to shake that off and do something else if everyone's like, dude, please no.
I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
If the same piece of tech that I used earlier is what helped me do that team, I still have one piece of tech left.
Well, okay, that's
would
wait,
that be
stop.
enough to go no on her reset?
I'm a no, and I'll tell you why.
Okay,
this is a
consequence. That's why I threw it up there.
Yeah, this is a result of
consequence of her feel right. Yep.
It's a It's why you can't roll defend to keep somebody from taking a powerful blow when they screwed up, and the next thing that happens is a powerful blow. Like, if I can say they're about to hit somebody, what do you do? And you can defend them. If it's like they hit them and knock them through a wall,
this is the consequence of the roll,
right?
So that the consequence has to happen before we can then do a thing.
But this is really more. This is more to the players. Like, are we just so done with the resets, or is this like, all right, take 3. God damn it. What are we doing?
The one upside of the take 3 would be that Andrew would be back.
Man.
Unless we finish it today. Where we're
Unless
like,
we
okay, we know what
unless
we're
we
doing, and we're just
finish-
going to speed run through it. Skip all the cutscenes.
Speed run level 1.
Right.
How fast can we get through level 1 of Mario
It's like,
World?
Skip intro,
it's like
skip
in
intro,
Scott
skip
Pilgrim
intro.
vs. the World, where he gets the extra life, and then he just like goes through the second time, and it's like the jump cuts. and everything.
We got beef, yeah, all that kind of
I'm
stuff.
really okay with this because I really want one of us. I don't want one of us to get like to fail one of those roles, but also I kind of want to see what happens if one of us do fail one of the roles at the same time. But like,
Yeah.
Conflict equals story.
Yeah.
no, I'm okay with it. But I'm okay, I'm down for whatever.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. All right.
So close.
So yeah, you were like, I can almost, I got it, and you see her like, her walls like are coming down, but she feels it, and her eyes widen. You're like, oh shit, and she goes back and like smacks the thing on the panel, and the thing that's funny about this, not funny, but notable about this, is that she was the one who was most upset about resetting right on ground zero in the first place. But there is a preset.
I love that.
This is the emergency. This is the emergency button. No programming required. In case of emergency, slap button. This will reset. If right here, right now, without any techs having to set up anything, this will reset right here, right now, to a previous time, so we can save whatever needed to be saved. And she resorted to that. Nuke.
That's the emergency that is.
See, I've got
Big
shit
enough
to
that
do at Mitzi's house. This is
It doesn't
like,
even have a
we keep
rocker
resetting
to
this
go with.
thing. I've got shit to do in other locations, people. Damn it. No.
Tio's taking the wall down. Yeah.
I still
Anyway.
have a 3 to recover from I fell like a month ago.
A month in player time? Yeah, poor Goodall.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Poor everybody
No,
in here.
actually, I think they're all okay because they're not conscious.
That's...
That's good because Perry didn't have nosebleeds.
You
'cause
knocked,
he was
yeah,
not
you
there for
knocked
it.
them out. You
Yeah.
knocked them out before the assault started.
So therefore, they're just gonna snap back to like what they were working on.
Yeah, so if it's going to be relatively
We
minor for
still
them.
have the element of surprise.
I was falling
I
asleep.
mean, they're all like nauseous at most.
Yeah, it's probably okay. It's probably okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
It's
Somebody
everything's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Change the water filter in the staff break room.
We snap back, and Silas goes, since we have the rare benefit of hindsight moving forward, maybe the brute force full frontal attack isn't the best angle.
Fair point.
Well, now that we snap back, I think Perry's back in the simulation.
Yeah, Perry's back in
shit.
sim. Perry's back in sim, but he
shit,
knows
that's
he needs
right.
he needs to know what to.
Oh, it's awesome.
And then Mitzi's,
I'm
Caleb,
sorry.
and Silas are back in Aladdin's.
Yep. So we'll group
Oh,
things slightly
he's
differently
about
over
to
here.
die.
Yep, we're group things slightly differently
Wizard
over here.
needs food badly.
There we go. We're regrouping the screen in Roll20 so that you'll note that I pulled up the false reality syndrome thing.
God damn it.
That'll be fun. That's going to be super fun
Do we
for everybody.
do we all roll now? I don't want to click over to the thing. We all roll now. Is that how that-
We'll deal with this in bits and bobs and pieces here.
Hokey dokey.
So you go through and it's like you're kind of like suddenly you're back in Aladdin's. You're like and you're kind of Silas is kind of stammering out the and the benefit of hindsight, maybe not full frontal this time.
If we want to make it past the censors.
Oh man, I just realized that means I don't have influence over Oya anymore.
Yes, but no, but yes. You do.
I like my influence stays like over Blackbird.
Yeah.
Over the first reset.
Because they still remember parts of it. They remember the thing. Also, here I'll put it in game chat because the next thing that you get is basically, you know, I need a fake text tool. Oh, so that's not right. What did I just type? Oh yeah. Her next text is this.
Sorry, is that in the game chat or
It's in game chat. It's in the game chat in Discord.
What the fuck did you do?
The fuck. Period.
Did you just do? So, just removing all doubt from Silas that, oh man, oh, it's not even going to remember that conversation. On the contrary, no, you guys remember. That's the problem, is the fact that you remember these resets so clearly and so discordantly, is the issue here. I'm going to actually start with Frank because he can. Yeah, because you're back in the thing. You've experienced all this stuff. You've been reset more than anybody ever. But this is very different. Very, 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 very different.
It wasn't because of any parameters that I had put in place.
Yes. So when you fight the dissociative fugue state induced by false reality syndrome, roll freak. On a hit, you manage to hold the two threads of reality separate in your mind, neither shard splintering against the other, neither driving spikes into your consciousness. So you just roll freak, and I think... let me just double check here.
I'm currently angry and guilty. Does that do anything for this?
No. The only thing that would, if you're rolling freak, the only thing that would affect freak, and you can just uncheck it, would be if you're hopeless. Like you could uncheck that and then roll freak, and it would straighten everything out.
Yeah, I'm not currently, so that's good.
You guys, I love you guys so much.
Try that again. I don't think I got the button.
I love this story. I love this twist. At the same time, it's like there's a point at which it's like, okay, this is fun, but is it fun or is it too much of the same?
Like I said, speed run. We can speed run it now.
You can speed run it now. Yeah.
I know what we're doing. I know what to avoid, what to look for.
Frank, are you manhandling the thing so that it'll roll freak for you?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's just there's a combination. Hold on, let me try this one. There we go. Okay.
Did it happen?
I'm just learning that on my phone. It's better if I don't pop the character sheet out. It's better because it all stays in the same window and I don't have to like exit and click over to the other.
Gotcha.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right. So
although I don't know what I rolled, so you tell me.
You got a 9. So on a hit, you manage to hold the two threads of reality separate in your mind. I will tell you the most significant thing that's different between the old and new realities. I'm going to twist that a little bit for you because you've got a different perspective on this whole thing. What's most different from the old and new realities from your point of view? And you can ask a follow-up question. That actually, stop right there for you.
I like this because I know where the tech is. So I don't have to waste a piece of my tech to find the tech.
No, which is
now
great.
I have potentially two things to use.
So as the reset sets in and you get this other thing, you're getting, as you're moving forward, you're getting another thread, but the other thread hasn't been erased. You've seen Arcane, right? I remember you talking about it.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay,
so well done.
Just as an analogy for using the technology, you've got somebody who is working out how to like jump airships from one continent to the other by using this technology, and somebody else takes that same magic rock and says, if I duct tape it between the symbols of a mechanical wind-up monkey and make the symbols smash together over the magic rock, there'll be an explodey thing that happens. And that's kind of how they're using the power supply. Is they've
Yes.
They figured out how to cause.
I'm glad that made sense to you, Frank.
Well,
No, it
that's
absolutely
the
does,
only
'cause
reason.
I'm up here flying an SR-71, and they're the friggin' Wright brothers kite. Yes.
No, actually, better scenario for that. And if it was an actual, you have a jet.
Yes.
They have figured out that if they turn the jet part on, they can cook hot dogs off the back end.
Okay.
Better.
I'm
yes,
following
because
you.
because the way the tool is being used is a different focus. So yes. Yep.
Don't hold it too close to the flames. You got to get right where the blue part and little orange part. Otherwise, it's going to sizzle and pop, and the grease drops down into the coals.
Anyway.
The whole thing was on fire.
Basically, they're using it. Stop. Basically, they're using it very crudely. And what they figured out how they can do is they figured out. I mean, you have to give them some credit. There's somebody smart working on this.
On the upside, hot dogs.
Somebody smart is working on this because they have figured out how to activate it. They have figured out how to aim it. They have figured out how to define parameters for the reset in terms of where, how far, and how far back, and how much, basically. What they haven't figured out how to do is clean up all the other leftover shit that's left behind when you leave that space. And they're not, if you had to guess, even looking in the right place for how to fix that problem. It's possible they're not even working on it.
And it sounds like even if they were looking in the right place, they wouldn't know what they were looking for.
Yes, they don't really know how to clean up this stuff that's causing all the psychic trauma, the leftover bits, all this other kind of stuff.
It does tell me that they have someone who is, as you said,
very smart.
Someone smart enough to figure out what they've done so far. So I want to know who. I want to make sure that person is, when I go back and have this conversation with Agent Parker again, is one of the 3 people that she mentions.
Okay.
Or Pope.
And you could probably, in a relatively short conversation with any of the people that she proposes, tell whether or not they're the person that's figured this stuff out. All right. So that's you resetting, and you kind of reset into the, I'm going to say the Pac-Man booth. And Zhao is there, like, what game do you want to play next? And but because it's not really Zhao, what game do you want to? Gauntlet again? She adjusts very quickly, and there is no role for Dr. Infinity.
I feel like my instinct is to say good girl, but I'm not sure that that's what Perry would say to Dr. Infinity or Zhao.
I'm going to say Mitzi vote. I'm going to say Mo votes no.
Clever girl. Clever girl might be better. Girl is problematic in either sense.
Yeah. Oof. All right.
Lady.
No, that's worse. You've just gotten worse.
I know.
What was...
I love the.
There was something I saw just this last week. Says, no, I absolutely respect your pronouns, m'lady. Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather you just call
me a slur. I
hate that.
Oh my god.
I was like, yeah, I'd rather you just call me a slur right after that.
Right.
Is the appropriate response. All right.
Yeah.
Silas, you haven't been rocked by this before, so I'm gonna see how you do, because you've been super fun. You've always really enjoyed these time resets from the beginning.
Yeah, they're great. So roll freak to see if I still have bars.
Silas no longer has bars.
I love that we're still going back to the bars thing from,
I love it so much.
Episode 1 or 2.
Because you already have the phone out, so as it starts to really get bad and you get that really piercing migraine kind of feeling coming on, you're like looking at the phone going, okay, just tell me we've got bars.
So good.
Oh, look at that. With the 12.
Hooray for our
I'm sorry,
side.
I'm hogging all the good rolls, Mitzi.
Fuck you.
Oh,
So you say this now, and if I fail my
Really
roll,
happy.
honestly, I probably deserve it, but still.
Oh, okay.
My
Most
absolute
significant thing
favorite
is
the two of you dropping out of frame and Doyce bouncing up and down. That's my
It's
favorite.
so I just love you guys so much. Okay, so different between old and new realities. Okay, so last time, between the first and second reset, it was mostly down to the fact that Goodall's messages got a little bit more call got a little bit more frantic, and Oya had switched from messaging, from calling and talking to you the first time to sending you messages the second time, and this third time, obviously, she's been affected. So she's not super happy about any of that, and remembers.
I also replied to her in the game chat.
Oh, you did? Oh. Okay, I gotta see. That'll be. I'm sorry, the person trying to reach us in the mailbox has not been set up yet. Please try. Please try again later. Oh, also, if you haven't watched Palmetto, is it Palmetto? No, Palm Springs. If you haven't watched Palm Springs.
Is that the one with Andy Samberg?
Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. That one, and for Groundhog Day shenanigans that aren't Groundhog Day, Palm Springs is really good, and Russian Doll is really good. Russian Doll's probably closer to the horrible bullshit that we've got going on right now, but
yeah, that's what it actually really reminds me of.
All right, not conscious. At least nobody's disappearing. All right. What is different between the old and new reality?
And then Oya being like, what is going on?
That's somewhat new. I mean, obviously it's different, and clearly they understand that, and they are definitely going to overreact. I'll tell you that. Like, she is definitely pissed now. They are and if she's pissed, that means that any possible talking down that she would have been doing to the exemplars as a whole, saying, you know what, let's just let Aegis deal with the junior superhero team over there. We don't have to get involved. Blackbird, I know you want to. We don't need to. That's probably all gone away now, and they're probably going to become actively engaged in whatever shenanigans happen next. I will tell you that right now. Like, the exemplars are going to be coming to whatever barbecue you decide to set up.
Perry doesn't know if. I obviously remember what happened to not Homelander, but what's his name?
Guardian.
Yeah, I know, because he went up to the end of the year, but I don't know if they've dealt with with Nautilus and.
Okay, Transcendent took off into space. Guardian was patient zero, so he's having a day.
Right.
And Nautilus.
That's right. He was on right.
Yeah, Nautilus was the only one of the one. Well, he was one of the ones. Notably, he was at the ceremony to introduce you guys, but he was like over on the side and throwing some shade, and then he was out pretty quickly.
So he has not been dealt with yet. So he's potentially another player on the. Okay, yeah. Just filing that away.
Silas was going to say something though, because he had a look on his face when I said something about the exemplars.
I have a horrible idea.
What's that?
I have a horrible idea that might derail things.
I mean, you have a suggestion and/or follow-up questions that you can throw at me with regards to that. But yeah, you're. I'm just giving you a moment of clarity into your mentor. She's pissed, and she's probably going to directly intervene at this point in time. And there's a good chance she's going to bring other people when she does. You know her well enough to know, and the stuff that she said about like when to use the kid gloves and when to take the kid gloves off and all this other kind of stuff. You're pretty sure that you know that she's coming.
Part of me is like,
I will entertain follow-up questions.
This might be just a completely out there idea, and it might not be a good one to use. But what if we go in there and we like Facebook Live it and be like, this is what Aegis is doing, and like try and put our own spin on it first, and that way we become like the superhero team that's like more transparent with the people, because that was kind of the aim at the beginning.
I mean, it's been 6 hours.
Kind of like the whole, kind of like if Stormfront wasn't secretly a Nazi and was actually doing all of the stuff she was doing because she actually felt that way.
Oh, okay, yeah, from
The Boys.
The Boys, yeah.
Good reference.
I mean, as a viewer of the show, I'm excited about the direction the writers' room is taking right now.
Dingo just said Gen Z it.
Yep,
Gen Z.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is what's
And
really
I
going
have
on.
the extra tech to make sure the signal gets out there.
And what if Perry? Do you have any kind of like camera drones you could make?
Do I?
He's being observed. Like there's cameras in the room, and if there's cameras in the room, they're now going to be his cameras. Like if he wants them to be his cameras. So yeah, that's.
Remember, the opposite of yeet is yoink.
The good Lord yeeteth, and the good Lord
yoinketh away. Okay. So. Yeah, that definitely feels like a 12 because
love everything about that.
Yeah, that's a really good plan. I like it. Oh, geez, that's a. Yeah, we don't need to take it away. We just need to show everybody. Mitzi, how is the reset treating you? He said conversationally, asking if you're going to take a permanent condition that you don't know how to get rid of.
Finally.
I'm so proud of you.
You did it! Yay! That's an 11 for Frank, in case you can't see it.
I could not, and I forgot about that permanent condition potential fail state. I forgot about that, so I'm really glad that this is where you're good role game.
I mean, it can be. There's always a way to get rid of that kind of stuff because it's just a thing. But
yeah,
the fact that it doesn't just go away for.
Don't know what it be.
Yeah. All right.
So what's different from Mitzi? Because I know Birthright is getting just text from Oya. Oya showing that she's super upset. Like,
what's big? Say okay. I'm going to say, can we say that you're like basically as soon as you get settled, you basically like, okay, yeah, different timeline, not worried about it. It's a reset. It's like a video game. Fuck it, and just extend your senses and get locked back into everything.
Yeah, I think she's like, all right, take two. Do we know what we're doing?
Okay, so what's different from last time? I will tell. Okay, so you're locked in. The easiest person for you to connect with, that isn't part of the team. That isn't part of the team is easy.
Parker.
Yeah. No, not Parker. Goodall.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things that are different right there is the reset is happening there. Everybody is. I mean, technically you reset, so not everybody's unconscious, but there are still a lot of people on the ground right now. Or they're crying, or they're rubbing their heads, or they're groaning, or they're on the floor and stuff like that. Goodall is doing file searches and going like crazy. There's a couple of drops of blood on her keyboard, because you're getting this from her point of view, right? She's doing file searches and pulling stuff onto a thumb drive. And what she is doing aside from that, because it's sort of the playing lyrics over and over in your head to block something out, like the basics that they'll teach a thing, isn't that. Well, she's doing that, but it isn't meant to be a blocking thing. She's thinking they're locking down the base. They're locking down the base. Hurry. They're locking down the base. Hurry. They're locking down the base. Hurry. They're locking down the base. You better hurry. They're locking down the. She's shouting into the void. She has no idea if you're there listening, anything like that.
She's trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's just thinking, oh, they're locking down the base. Hurry. And she's blood. You drip, drip, drip.
Hey, Dad, I froze over my coffee.
And I think she's like, they're locking down the base. We need to go.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
And I think with that, as soon as she says it, she's gonna like try to knock them out again.
Hello, everyone. I've frozen over my coffee.
Dude, what the? Okay, hang
Hi,
on.
buddy.
Set this down for a
You've
second.
frozen open your coffee?
He froze over his coffee. He put it. Why did you put it in the fridge?
Over.
It was too hot. I froze it.
Did you put it in the freezer?
Yes.
You solve problems the same way this team solves I have a small problem. Let me solve it as extremely as Dude, you can't even. Why isn't the lid opening? What did you? Oh, there we go.
I think the ice
Hang on.
froze it over.
I represent that.
This is too cold for you. You should leave it for me to drink. Oh, it's really good though.
This is too
Can you
dangerous.
bring me a soda,
Let
dude?
Dad handle it.
Can you please bring me a soda?
You already had a sip of ice cream.
Can you please give me a soda? Whoever brings me a soda will be my favorite later. I don't
Love how
have.
your favorites are conditional.
I don't. As I've said many, many times, I do not have favorites amongst my kids. I have least favorites, and that changes from day to day.
That's fair.
College? I'm still paying off that
and
bottom.
I think as she's saying like, "Hey, y'all need
Yep.
to go," and starting to set them down, she's also gonna look at Silas like as her eyes are starting to turn red. She's like, "Good, I'll pull the flash drive. Get it from her, please."
On it.
Who'd you say that to?
Silas.
Silas.
All right. He says on it and just is out of there.
All right.
Is Caleb going with him, or is Caleb?
Yeah. Let me go with him. I'll find Perry. You come and. I feel like we should. I feel like we should ask for help. Who do we know that's really good with social media?
Zhao.
I was thinking that too.
I think Mitzi's as she's like starting to work on that thing. Mitzi sent another like a mental message to Zhao.
Zhao's gonna be our guy in the chair.
And I think Mitzi's gonna be like, "Hey, girl, knock knock."
Due
It's the
to
first time I ever get a
Be
mental
part
like.
of the team for real. I love it.
Whoa, are you in my head? Of course you're in my head. That's a stupid question.
Wait, does Zhao know that?
She knows
Yeah,
that
Zhao,
she knows that there.
That's right.
She knows that people have powers. She knows that Mitzi has powers and has figured out by extension, therefore, that the boys do. Wait, the guys have power. Wait, okay, wait, stop. What can Perry do? It's not.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of.
really cute.
Yeah, and Mitzi has diverted Zhao away from becoming your social media presence manager several times. I keep putting it into love letters and stuff, and she keeps going, yes, that, but not that, please. Oh, hello, it's my favorite child. Hello, favorite child. How was Derby?
Sorry, we've been new.
What? What'd you say?
I said we've been new.
We've been new. All right.
Is Kay doing roller derby?
Kaylee does, yeah. She does roller derby.
That's badass.
Ginger.
Oh, I gotta get her in touch with my sister. My sister's part of Derby Dolls.
She's a redhead.
Nope,
She's a redhead, so her name is Ginger Snapped.
So awesome.
So
Flatter banked.
Flat.
I think
All of
we
Denver's
talked about
flat
this.
track.
Flat. Yep. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
pretty much all of Denver's
I'm now
flat track.
recalling that we have talked about this. Sorry,
Yep.
it takes me a second.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. Do we want to take a short break, or has everyone been ducking away as needed?
I could use a short break.
5, and then we come back and figure out all the shenanigans when we wrap this.
Yes.
Bueno.
All right. 5 minutes, and we're back.
Okay. busy jamming?
Listen to the stream. I had Epicure music playing because it's epic.
I don't know if you saw Doyce, but I'm gonna be running Night Witches soon, like a little it's like a 4-parter. Just my camera's not even on.
Where would I have seen
a-
that? You say I was seen, but did you like say it over in the other thing?
In the Beggar Discord.
I did not
Probably
see.
not. Yeah, I think it's already full. So it would have been Wednesday
That's
nights.
so cool. That's so cool.
I'm actually doing a TikTok series right now where it shows how I prep for games, like how I prep to get set up.
Oh, cool.
And
how have I not seen that? It's weird. Okay.
it's fine. Dingo's like, no, Frank fell into the ocean.
I was gonna say, I like that you put a little screensaver on.
That's lovely, yeah.
Well, I wanted to show you now that I can, from the angle I was earlier, I thought it was sharks because I couldn't see any spouts. But now that the sun is on the water differently, it's a pod of dolphins. And right when the break started, the whole family was right in front of or the whole pod was right in front of the thing here. But now that I come back from my constitutional, I don't see them so close.
That's still really cool, though.
Yeah.
What I was saying is, like, I'm starting to do a series of how to prep things and like how I schedule. I had to like make a video real quick about just because I forgot, because I was talking about calendar invites and like calendars and like scheduling and like all that stuff. I was like, the one thing I forgot is to tell people to send a calendar invite or your Discord bot that has a calendar in it, because I forget things and I have like calendar blindness. So like,
yeah, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because Frank just accepted the calendar invite.
I can see it. I can see them all, but I forget to accept them.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. I literally was like last night. I was like, oh, I can press accept on this.
Yep.
Like they've been in my calendar forever. I just didn't realize that it was ghosted until yesterday.
Yeah, I got the accept, and I'm like, oh, thank God he's going to be able to make the sessions going forward. Too bad he didn't see this early. Yeah, because we're 28 sessions in or something.
Yeah, no, I was aware. My Google foo is not strong. Ooh.
We will pass all of my masks in a couple of sessions. We will pass all of my mask campaigns except for the first one that I did, which was like 61 sessions. I don't actually recommend.
damn.
That was a lot. To be fair, they're like 2-hour sessions. I mean, but so are these. So, 61, half dozen the other. But yeah, I mean, I ran another one for that same group later that was about 30 something. And the one with my daughters is about 30 or 31. So we'll be zooming past that pretty soon. Anyway, all right.
Afraid to do a breakdown how much of our sessions is playtime versus.
But that's any game, really.
Oh, of course.
No, I didn't. Dingoes, that one didn't go into it was like 63 sessions or something like that. I think when we got down to when we fought, actually, ironically, Dr. Infinity to a standstill and turned her into a statue in front of Disney World. Yes. Yeah, right at the front at the front gate. There was a vision that we had to fulfill, and there was a monorail in the vision, so we needed someplace with a monorail. In order to not have to fight against the paradox that they were dealing with. So it's like, we got to find someplace with a monorail because that's one less detail that we have to worry about. So it's like, Disney World? We lure her to Disney World? Do we want to fight And then the question in the game was, do we want to fight Dr. Infinity in front of Disney World? And the question outside the game was like, how have we not already tried to fight somebody in front of Disney World? First time we went down to Disney World, my kids were young enough that they referred to that train as the Mama Rail.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cute.
Mama Rail. Mama Rail. Everybody get on the Mama Rail. All right. So,
did you know that I could drive a monorail before I had my driver's license for a car?
I did know that. Of course I didn't know that. How would we know that?
I just don't remember if it's come up before.
No, it has not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, we have a plan. Who took off like a bat out of hell right away? So Birthright.
Yeah.
And Caleb.
Itzy, while they're flying out, is going to connect everybody again. And then also be connecting to Xiao. And also be connecting to the people in the agency to, like, put them to sleep.
Are you putting Goodall out?
Yes. She's trying
Oh.
to help us, but like, I don't think. I think she's gonna. I think she's gonna like ask the guys. She like, should I put Goodall out or should I keep her awake?
I think she's actually asking you guys.
I'm asking. I'm asking. Sean.
Put her out. Put her out. I don't want to deal with her because she might hit the button again.
No, Goodall.
That's Parker.
Goodall.
Oh.
Parker, you don't get to pick, but Goodall.
No, Parker can be awake. I do love the idea though.
All could be awake. That's what he means.
I do love the idea of getting Zhao, bringing her to the base, showing her how to work Perry's camera drones, and her actually being our person in a chair, and recording all of that.
Well, she can do it
later, uploading it to TikTok, and
I do it remotely.
I was gonna say. I think the idea was to.
About drones.
I think the good thing. I think the idea here was to have her like doing the relay stuff remotely while she's.
Right.
She
gets a trial run before we bring her in.
Yeah, but she's got. She's a micro influencer.
She got a 2400 on her SATs. I mean, come on.
So was that a yes for Goodall or a no for Goodall?
Goodall is the one who's been helping you guys out a little bit. All right, she's fine. Sean says she's fine. Leave her.
I think Mitzi's gonna like send Goodall a message then. Be like, I'm putting everybody else to sleep. I'm gonna keep you conscious, so you can help us. I want to stop these time resets as much as you do.
She doesn't respond. She just types OK into the screen.
Okay.
She doesn't know how this works. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but whatever. Okay. Then she's not talking to herself. They have protocols for that at Aegis. If one of the people sitting next to you starts talking to themselves for no reason, if you see something, say something.
I feel like she has like a mirror like there, and she like looks in it and just gives it a.
Yeah. All right.
Frank.
What? I missed something.
Frank's just being silly.
Oh, I don't. Do I not have the camera? Oh, yeah, I lost him for a second. Nice. Thank you. Do not talk about it at this point. But I will mention that what I would dearly like is that time travel looping video that you did for my daughter. But I want it in the right order of dialogue. I keep thinking I need to download it and chop it up.
I've already no, don't. I've got it in. It's in process. I already have it in iMovie and chopped up. So yeah, I'll get that for you.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the original or I can tell there's a correct order. Zoe will occasionally ask me to reopen it so she can check it again. Anyway, all right. So, holy K. Okay. I don't think, and again, take two, we can fast forward, Scott Pilgrim-like, through a lot of this thing. You guys land, there's the braking, and it's like the fast forward, it's like this, that, then, down through the stairwells, Caleb stopping, holding up a hand, turning around, grabbing the light, the emergency light up on the wall, ripping it down, thumbs up, keeps going. He's not going to not break shit. What else? Perry overloading the thing, popping out of the thing, door opens, or you're getting up out of the chair, you're looking at the hologram thing, the door opens, Caleb and Silas coming in. The wordless nod as you guys are just like, moving through this whole thing.
Saving my tech because we know where we're going.
Saving your tech because you know where you're going.
When I get to Parker, I'm going to be like, how much of this do we need to recap?
It's not Caleb, it's Kadeb because he just has to knock shit out. I guess I like that. I need to look at the thing here.
Sorry, I just realized you're getting me in silhouette if I sit like that.
I need to look at. I'm just. You guys have. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Perry, what I need you to do. This is an overcome kind of situation. So, oh no, you have to roll freak. Do you? Okay, let me ask this question. Do you guys want to roll as though you're facing an enemy, so you get team built up? It's not really going to be a fight kind of situation, but you might want to refresh the team as you're going in against this.
I feel like it's not an enemy, but it's definitely an obstacle. Does that make sense? Is that it?
Let me look at the move.
Does it work for game?
Let's review. Nope.
It's like we're not entirely against them.
When you enter, enter battle. It's when you enter battle.
Okay.
You guys are. It's great. You guys are working as a team when you have absolutely no team. So mechanically, not well supported, but in practice, really, really good. Okay, so Perry, what you need to deal with right now is that Aegis certainly has technology in here that will keep you from being able to randomly just broadcast. Like, this is not a building from which it is generally approved to stream TikToks.
Yeah, my thought was we have a pipeline that is created by a series of Caleb-shaped holes and birthright I-beam portals.
Oh yeah, damaging things is fine, but
we can Pringles can Wi-Fi signal straight the hell out.
Well, and you've got all of your gadgets and things like that. But what I'm basically asking you to do is unleash your powers. Give me that freak roll. I want to overcome this obstacle of basically the building being in a way of this. So when you're walking into that base and Birthright is walking through this thing and you guys are narrating the whole bit, the signal's actually getting out.
Shall I add anything to the roll or take anything away from the roll?
No,
it'll do it
just straight up.
Automatically.
You should be fine. I don't think you have.
Okay.
Whatever.
You tell me what happened.
Okay, so it's kind of perfect. You got a 9. That is on overcome. You unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle on a 7 to 9. So on a hit you do it, but on a 7 to 9 you either mark a condition to keep things stable, or the GM will tell you how the effect is either going to be unstable or temporary. Which makes sense. The systems could be recovering and trying to get the block in, or you're continuing to fight against them, and you're taking that condition from that. Dealing with all that nonsense.
I would like the signal to be uninterrupted, and I shall take a condition.
All right. Okay. Afraid,
I know I've got
insecure, or hopeless? Probably not hopeless. If from the GM's point of view, insecure.
There's already 2 marked, right?
Yeah, you've got angry and guilty already. Insecure
so
might be partly because of you've seen what your technology in the wrong hands can do, and that maybe
And I also
or afraid.
Am very aware of how well my prior negotiating stance worked. So yeah, I think insecure is good.
Okay. All right. So you're going to keep that thing up while you're going. Okay. So you're up there and you're not really pulling out the actual gadget and checking off the box kind of a situation, but you are basically.
Yeah, I feel like gadget to get the signal out definitely counts as one of them.
Sure. But essentially what you're doing is becoming master admin on all the local networked cameras and stuff like that. So you're getting feeds from all over.
I am root.
You're insecure because Dr. Infinity and Zhao may. That was good. Dingo's comment. You're insecure because Dr. Infinity and Zhao may cross paths, and that would be awkward.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That hasn't happened to me since I was in college. It's not very good.
All right. So you're holding that part up and getting the signal going. And I need to grab this image and pull it into. Why am I talking like GLaDOS?
Can't stop the signal.
I think this is the baseline of what we want to do here.
This was a triumph.
But I don't think it's superior. I don't like that actually.
You're the boss. You can
Yeah, I
make us
know.
roll with a different thing.
Yeah, this is a made up thing. So I think because again, this isn't about making a logical argument. This is about making an emotional appeal kind of thing. All right. It's basically this move, but mundane. Okay. We're out to the you're sending this stuff out. Having it as superior is a remarkably naive way of approaching talking to through media to the rest of the world these days. Yeah, it's almost never about the success of the logical argument. Anyway, so Caleb's wrecking stuff. Perry's like, signal's still up. You're tearing through the walls and stuff. But you're like out in the hallway leading into the doors and things like that. Actually, you're at the doors about to do the thing going through. And Caleb is like, okay. And he's got two phones. He's got your phone and he's got his phone. He's got Perry's. No, he doesn't have Perry's phone because Perry didn't have a phone. But all the other cameras in the hallway. But basically, he's got two phones and he's holding it as like, okay, I'm streaming, I'm linking over kind of thing. Go, say something, dude.
And I think Silas goes, I know that most of you don't know us yet, but we're the Riot Squad, and we're here to create transparency. Aegis has been running these secret experiments, some of which you may have felt the effects of. And they think that they know what's best for everybody at all times. But most of them are completely detached from the kind of life that we live every single day. And I say we because I'm a simple kid from Greenville, North Carolina. I know what it means to just be a normal person. And I had this superhero gig thrust upon me, but my promise to you is that we are going to be 100% transparent moving forward, and we are going to expose things like this, and we are going to be heroes for the people, by the people.
Bill and Ted kind of panning slowly past, floating in the air, holding like cameras that have been ripped off the wall as they're panning past, doing these little... I stole that from Dingoes. I'm not going to lie. All right, so make a statement to the cameras, roll, and you're, at this point in time, you turn and start to cut through the walls. Roll plus mundane.
Is this from the star?
No, I don't. This is just a I think it's in Halcyon.
Hey,
it's in one of the
Star
source
Playbook
books.
Has it? Yeah.
Oh, is this a Star Playbook thing?
I might end up having to switch playbooks again.
That would be awesome. Which one is the Star in? Is that Unbound? No, it's not. It's in Halcyon City Herald collection, I bet.
Because the Star has like a way where you can talk to the cameras and get like your audience to help you with things or like provide information.
I think this is a standalone move. I think it's not part of one of the things, but I could be wrong about that.
Hold on. Looking for it.
It might be in the Halcyon City Herald though, as like its own thing because there's this whole thing about apologizing to the press and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not from there. I don't know where. I don't know which book I grabbed it out of. It's in one of the books though. I just want to point out, completely unrelated to this, that in grabbing that book, I knocked this little dice box that I showed you earlier off my shelf, and it fell like 3 or 4 feet, bounced off the floor, rattled across the floor, and did not pop open. My magnets are good. My drill work is solid. Give me that mundane roll. Are you currently angry?
No.
All right, well, go ahead. All right, that's an 8. That's an 8. All right, so on a 10 plus, choose 3. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. You choose from. You convince the viewing audience to see your team according to a label of your choice. Your statement will bring you an opportunity from a viewer. It's not going to be random Susie from Indiana. It's going to be like somebody important. Your statement frames you in particular. I'll say you as you as in particular as excuse me. As a successful and noteworthy hero of the city, mark potential. You don't anger or upset anyone important or powerful with your statement. I mean, that's practically the goal here, so I don't know that you would be selecting that one. But
I was to say, part of me is like, I mean, that's going to upset somebody, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no way it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like narratively that would make no sense.
Yes.
I definitely want to convince the viewing audience to see us according to a label of our choice. I think probably mundane, right? Because we're basically trying to be like the everyman superhero team. Like if
I can see that.
if the exemplars are John Cena, then we're CM Punk. Is the goal here? There's a wrestling reference.
I feel like that's revenge for me making an Arcane reference earlier that nobody got. Okay, so
right.
That's fair. Nobody else got except for the targeted person. All right, so can you convince the viewing audience to see your team? Now, does mundane track for everybody? It does for me. I can see Freak as being like the outsiders or something like that, but mundane is certainly,
Dingo says it's from the Herald playbook. The Herald book.
To the people.
Yeah, the Halcyon Herald. I think it's in there somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Anyway, what about that second one though?
I kind of like an opportunity from a viewer because I'm just, that's narrative caviar for you to play with. And it doesn't even have to, that can be something that comes up next session.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that comes up.
For the record, I love the phrase narrative caviar.
Yeah. Fancy, mildly gross, like, but nobody wants to admit it.
So salty.
Don't think about it.
Starts to get
this is
weird.
What? Like, so you're coming through the doors and she's like, the really, really bad thing about this is as the smoke is clearing and stuff, and she's in there, Parker is in there with the ID up and everything going, in case you guys forgot, Special Agent Parker, Aegis, and Caleb goes, hang on a second, let me zoom in on that real quick. And she's like, what are you doing? And so yeah, Caleb was basically ready with that. Like,
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, like that's great. Let me zoom in. Can I get what was your badge number? No, don't put it away. Don't put it away. We didn't get that part. Do you need a second take? We can't really do that. This is live.
I was going to say, that's 100%.
Technically, this is the second take. Agent Parker, how much of this conversation do we need to recap?
That's a good question.
What I want to do, and I know this is a little early, but what I want to do is I want to cut here because
I think it's great.
This is like with her frozen. I don't even know what the.
If you reset this timeline again, I swear to God.
No.
If she reset the timeline, wouldn't she have like a leg up on the remember what's different if she's the one that hit the button?
Unless it's her first time really being no, it's her second time really being reset.
Yeah.
So
she's not in favor of this.
She doesn't control what it does to her brain.
Yeah, she's not.
I kind of want Birthright to fly in and be like, Special Agent Parker, you're on Family Feud. We polled 100 people from the audience. Top 6 answers on the board. Name the douchebags that are setting the time cycle back.
I really want to get to the Mitzi's family thing. Oh, so close.
Well,
there is one little bit in here where like as she's frozen and it's like like a comms thing comes up and said, ma'am, Exemplar says they're on the way, and she's like, call them off. What? Call them off. We're gonna stop there.
Ooh,
I have to stop there. This is one of those.
No, that's great.
I used to run Amber Diceless a lot. I've run. You want to talk about long campaigns? That's actually still the record holder for me. Several campaigns, and one of them was like 90 some odd sessions. But there was, because of the amount of fuckery that those characters in character could get up to, there were more than a few times where I was like, guys, I know we had another hour and a half left, but I'm done. I have to figure out what the world is going to do in response to what y'all just did. 15 minutes.
I realized I kind of threw you a curveball there.
No, that's great. It's fantastic. I love every single thing about this. Not only about the game, but
I concur.
I have a weird time lapse on the podcast, because the podcast for me, I have a podcast, but it's just totally automated, and all it is me taking audio that's been cleaned up from the actual plays and stuff and just bouncing it back over to podcast. Last week, session 0 for this campaign went up, so that's the relative time shift. And I got that's how far back, how shifted it is and stuff, right?
That's kind of cool though, because that's a nice refresher.
Oh yeah. And I was listening to you guys explain the experiences, the level of experience and exposure that you guys had to like Powered by the Apocalypse games and other games, and what you were looking to get out of the game and what you were excited about and stuff like that. And Sean, very excited. Don't want to be in the GM chair, but interested to see how much influence a player can have on the campaign. Well, now you know.
Look at you now.
Yeah. I had
now
never
you know.
played PBTA before, and yeah.
Really excited to see the kind of influence that the player can have on the world and the game and stuff like that. It sounds really cool. I want to see it. I think it's going to be something that's really going to be really cool. Well, now you know.
Now we're here.
Congratulations, co-writer credit.
It was.
I almost when I made the comic book cover, I almost put like everybody's last names at the top, like how they do the credits on like a comic book cover. But I was like, I don't necessarily know if everybody wants everyone's last names out for everybody to see.
That's fair, but it should absolutely be up there because
anything should be like, or at least our names, like our names that we go by.
At best, I'm not even a co-creator. I'm a managing editor. Okay.
You write all the Stan Lee blurbs at the top. The
Dingo says if she resets the timeline, won't it affect the audience?
She's not resetting that timeline again. I'm not letting that shit happen.
Yeah.
And actually, it would absolutely make sense. Because you can see it, like honestly,
I was actually gonna say he probably did that as soon as he flew in, just laser beamed the button.
There's a couple that you could absolutely do that, but I love the idea of you seeing the look on her face, like we can do this all day. I can do this all day, kids, kind of thing. Yeah. And Perry saying, if you reset it, it will affect everybody viewing right now. And like just letting her see that land, like understand that, because there's a point at which we can reset a nuke coming in at the US, but how many people in the world does that affect?
I also feel like this isn't the kind of signal that went out in case people tuned into it. It's the kind of signal that went out and commandeered all the signals.
Well, that you would have to figure out how to do. Initially, it's just going out. True. Luckily, Zhao has 50,000 people following her on TikTok.
To do that. So it's not necessarily on the big screen at Harajuku yet, but in Times Square and etc. But yeah, okay.
I do want to talk real quick, Doyce.
Yes.
Because we've kind of briefly touched in like the past couple sessions on the protege isn't squarely landing for what I think is the character is. And now with this angle, the star might actually work really, really well moving forward.
I'm not hating it.
I'm gonna try to find you the sheet so you can actually read it. Hold on.
Dingo has guest writer credits on the last couple episodes.
Of course,
yes. Absolutely.
Yes. The smack talk / commentary in the chat has been legendary, Dingo.
It's like how the people who are actually like on Saturday Night Live are not nearly as funny as the writers for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dingo's is like
the fact that she immediately called out the catchphrase, because it's not just a catchphrase, a kid who grew up in a little town and blah blah blah, a little whatever. It's the fact that every goddamn time you say it, it's a different school or town. That's the best part.
Absolutely my favorite part of it.
Yeah, that's the best part of the bit.
Actually, Doyce, do you have doycet.github.io?
Yes. Maybe?
I'm on your website right now then, pulling up the character sheet.
Doyce T, what is it?
Hold on, let me find it. It's
Yeah, that's the one. I know which one. I know exactly which one you're looking at, and that is Doyce. It's funny, I don't know if you know this, Doyce, but when you Google Masks playbooks, your link to it comes up as one of the top results.
That's how I learned about Mask, was reading all the stuff from your other game.
I feel a little bit gross about that because I'm not sure that why I would have anything. Where am I at?
I
If
just
you
shared the
Google
link.
masks, playbooks, you are the first thing that comes up.
I feel a little bit gross about that.
So that link I just posted
Well,
in
also,
general.
Doyce.
Is our algorithm skewing us because we know Doyce?
It could be that too.
Also, that link I put up, Sean, it's, the star is page 27.
Cool.
Why is it on GitHub?
Did somebody port it over?
Isn't that what
No,
Wildfire
it's
is in your other
Yeah.
game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be so perfect too.
Wait, where's the star at? I got to see this
I was
thing.
looking for like the triumphant celebration and stuff like that, and it is 100% gonna be like Silas is leaning into being in the limelight, and it becomes a thing of like, okay, how much of this is him and how much of this is like the show.
I should have leaned into this harder when I saw how things were going with you. Holy crap.
I love it.
It goes like, this is how I found you. Nice.
What's that? This is how you... What?
That's how Dingo said. Dingo said that's how I found you.
Was on this... Why do I have this up on... Oh, I know what this is! I was trying to... I was doing a... I did a thing where I was trying to like put a...
You blogging
My
your
wife-
old messaging?
No, I was trying to like back up a blog and like seeing if I could run a website straight off of GitHub, and you can. But this was like the test crap that I put up there. I didn't realize that was even searchable. I didn't ever really finish this. It was just kind of up there.
So Doyce, my wife, who doesn't know you, checked her Google, and it is also the first result. So it's not an algorithm.
I
thing.
might have to break
Apparently,
this.
you just got a lot more clout and mass than you thought you did.
No,
So,
for the record,
listen,
I'm...
turn TikTok TV.
Hang on just a second.
Dad.
No. I'm just gonna check something here real quick because I need to look at something real quick because I can't decide if this is super gross or not.
Well, I'm glad we helped you find out about it.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
people
I'm
still
sorry
used
that I didn't
Firefox.
I'm sorry that it didn't.
Hey!
Bring that to your attention earlier. Yeah. Wait.
Wow.
My kids aren't Firefox anymore. And also, if there is anything gross on there, I certainly have not stumbled across it.
No, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
I think he means it like emotionally gross, like he's like, oh, I'm being searched. Oh, like, ugh.
No, what I
Okay,
mean
got it.
is I don't want to be sharing out playbooks that Magpie hasn't made available in some way, shape, or form. And they do have the core playbooks up as downloadable things on their website. They've got a lot of the reference materials and stuff like that. I took all of the art off of that no pics thing.
I am gonna say though, so
That's a little gross. It's
Yeah,
mildly gross.
I've got no.
I see where you're coming from now. Yeah, I agree. I don't think anything. None of the info that I got was publishable quality, I would say, but also.
Yeah. All right. I'll probably clean that up later. What were you gonna say?
Do they
Sean?
have any of their stuff available as a free download? I don't know.
They have their PDFs and stuff available as a free download, but yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Okay.
So, do you want me to? And this is totally up to you, because I've taken 2 advancements since I switched playbooks, but I'm at the bottom of my next advancement. Do you want me to just start from here, or do you want me to back it up from my when I initially changed playbooks?
Do you want me to say like, are you thinking like you were always the star and we just didn't realize it?
We can do that, but also like because the only benefits that I really mainly got moving forward with Protege.
What did you pick up from Protege?
I mean, I got a couple moves which I can, which would be useful anyway, or I could swap those out. But then I've also got like the hidden base, which I imagine after this stunt, Oya's probably going to be like, "You're cut off, kid. You fucked it up."
Yeah, you might be back to like all of your shit is gone,
which is fine. But
especially if one of the things that Oya remembers is you going, "We've got a base. We don't need your."
Let's figure.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we've got a base. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this.
So you dug a cave out.
Let's figure this out offline. We can probably. I would say because what you don't have is like another playbook switch necessarily sitting around as an advancement. I think it would make more
Right.
sense to like, let's go back and see what you could do by having the star. We'll do a Mark
There
III,
might
and
be
if there's a thing
I
out
think a
of
move from another playbook.
well, if there's a thing out of Protege that would make sense that you were like, I took it, and I really think it makes sense for me to continue to have, you can do it as one of the advances in Star of take another playbook's move kind of thing, or
Right.
something like.
The only two advancements I took was one was rearrange labels and add +1, which is kind of a universal advancement.
Yeah.
But then the other one was +2 to Mentor's embodied trait. So
Which
and so I got
that would probably we'd do something else with, I think.
okay.
So
Yeah,
your
we can
stats
do
would
that.
change, but we'll figure it out. All right.
Is an embodied trait the same as one that you've locked in place? Is that what
No,
that is?
your mentor, it's a special protege thing.
It's
like
a protege thing. So your mentor embodies one stat and deny or one trait and denies another trait. So
Got
like Oya embodies superior and denies danger.
Okay.
like yeah. Think your way out of stuff.
As a-
Don't
Some of the
As a quick
moves
little
that protege
footnote,
has.
I don't know if I'll take a potential this session or not, but my next advancement could potentially be Perry's moment of truth, which might dovetail quite nicely with us wrapping up the timey-wimey stuff. Does that make sense?
say that one more time.
My next advancement
Is that
could
your
potentially be
moment of truth thing?
unlock correct.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so if I take moment of truth, that could sync with wrapping up the timey-wimey stuff that we're all
Yes.
growing weary of.
Well, it's
I get the
always
sense.
fun, but it's the resets are
Yeah.
the part that I think is killing everybody. All right, literally, actually. All right, so real quick, we're gonna go around, and then I've got a post-credit scene.
Nice.
Was Disney writing this shit now?
Apologies if you're getting a lot of rumble on my end. They're firing up the engines on account of all aboard was a minute ago. I'm not
All right.
sure what time we're sailing away.
We're gonna wrap you up
If
then.
you're
real
getting a lot of
quick.
rumble, I can mute.
So Perry, no, I'm not getting any rumble.
Okay,
Closer to the team, further away from the team, more into your own image of
Oh,
yourself.
100% closer. Oh my gosh, we did all that stuff.
Who do you give
It was
influence to?
amazing.
Who given you influence? Who are you giving influence to? Or rather,
This time,
who
it
specifically?
100% has to be Birthright. Yeah, because he came in with the "Here I am to save the day."
Do you already have influence
Oh
over Perry?
God!
And
It reminds me of Dr. Horrible. Captain
Yeah.
Hammer's here. Da 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 da.
Love it so much.
I love that he is literally a tool. Like
The hammer is my penis.
Hammer is my PS. Yeah, we got that. Thanks. Did you already have influence over Perry, or was that one of the ones that you lost?
That's a good question. I did already. Yeah, no, I have I have influence over the entire team right now.
Okay, so you can shift one of Perry's labels up and one of Perry's labels down, and I think with Frank's wonky interface, I would
may
say
move
just
my
move the points.
labels, sir. You have permission
Alright.
to adjust my stuff.
He doesn't have anything
Okey-dokey.
locked
And
right now.
while he's in there, do you
Not
want
a
him
euphemism.
Say again?
Do you want him to? Because doesn't he like can clear condition or potential?
Oh yeah. Do you want to clear condition or mark potential?
I would prefer to mark potential, please.
Alright.
I'll keep my 3 conditions.
All right. Well, that is that does level you up. So
Gives you
there's
the
that.
full bank. So you're going to pick up the moment of truth?
I believe so. Perhaps I should check if I can be here next week or not, so you know what you're writing.
Well, that part can be, because we're probably going to do a bit of a time drop here, since we've been on the same 6 hours for something like 5 sessions. We're probably going to jump.
You were the same 6 hours for the 5 sessions I was gone. It's the second week that I'm back, so yeah, we're basically moving ahead an hour a week at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I mean, technically we've resetting.
You know, it'd be really sexy as if Perry's moment of truth made the time shit never happen ever again.
That's essentially what it will do. So
that's the idea.
Okay.
That's the rumor.
All right. That's that. Moment of truth unlocked. I'll clear out the potential, and your moment of truth is unlocked. That's basically let it be noted that the moment of truth is unlocked.
I'm gonna mute in case there's more engine noise.
Gotcha. Silas.
I feel like more into the own image of myself. because like I got in front of the camera and I was like, I know I'm the leader and I know what direction the team's gonna take and whatever, and like kind of stepping up to the plate finally.
Yep.
So
I love it. Yeah, I should have pushed harder on the star earlier. It would have made more sense. We'll sort it out. I think the only one is just figuring out that one last advance and doing something different with it. But I feel like the star will offer a plethora of opportunities. So there we go. My daughter has a concept thing she and one of her friends from the other mouse game have, is if they get around to doing a 2-person game, is one of them doing the star and then one of them doing the soldier, and having them both working for Aegis. Where one of them is like by the books and the other one's like, but Instagram.
have you? Oh my god. Have you ever seen? There was this really there's this movie called Showtime with Robert De Niro and Eddie Murphy, and Robert De Niro is like a real cop, and Eddie Murphy is like a reality show star, and they like are filming like a cop show with them being a buddy team.
That's awesome. I love, something like that would be great. All right. So, sorry, it took us afield there for a second. Clarity.
Yes. I don't know. Doesn't feel like she got closer to the team. She was doing all the things from like, even though she wasn't technically in the chair, and she was kind of like there as an astral projection. Like,
here's the thing.
yes.
3 out of the 4 of you, Aegis is now officially fucking terrified of, because Perry can do the time stuff and can actually control it. Now he has his machinery back.
Birthright is untethered and his rage knows no bounds.
Yeah, Birthright demonstrated that basically all the defenses that they have are essentially tissue paper, and you can just shut off their entire base, like a whole base of theirs, from your couch.
See?
While you're doing other stuff. Like, you could be fucking doing Sudoku and just suddenly decide New York operations are going to be on pause for a couple of hours. Just, yeah, so
just
3...
doing cross-stitch while I'm just shutting everybody down.
Yep.
Today's Wordle is, fuck you.
Okay, so...
If you use U as like just the letter U.
That would actually work, yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to demonstrate to my... Oh, sorry, you do your thing.
What am I doing? I think because of all the power stuff, I'm going to do... Pick up, and I'm going to knock Mundane down.
Which one's going up?
Freak. And Mundane's going down. So, Freak 3,
okay.
Mundane 1 now.
Nice. Freak cut out. For some reason, Freak cut out both times that you said it, but I got it the 3rd time, so awesome.
So the azopods firing up has churned up this whole area of the harbor, and fish are going crazy, which in turn the seagulls are going absolutely apeshit about, and it's kind of amazing to see.
That's kind of funny. The my daughter and I were having a discussion about Wordle guesses last night, because she broke her, or this morning, and she broke her streak guessing yesterday, and because she had too many good options, and I was talking to her about my technique, which does not involve like guessing words with a lot of vowels in it instead of a bunch of consonants. She's like, "Why is that?" And I took a piece of paper and scribbled the message in general out on a piece of paper to explain why I found it was way more important to eliminate consonants than it was to figure out what vowels were in the word.
Yep.
And she's like, that's a good point.
You're gonna have to walk me through that at some point.
What I wrote, or we're still on stream. Fuck it. Hi, dingoes.
Okay.
All right, no, because I have a 2 post-credit scenes. All right.
Right.
Secret Marvel post-credit scenes.
Two
Okay.
super secret Marvel cutscenes. Frank, are you still with us for super secret Marvel cutscenes? You're not in either of them, but that's okay.
Burbs.
Burbs. Oh, they are kind of losing their shit over there. Okay,
Yes,
so
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
So as everything is wrapping up afterwards, and we see like Aegis still like standing like in a cluster kind of outside of the Aegis base as you're coming out, and there's a lot of cameras. The news people are there. Somebody's like just released on TikTok and several other media platforms. It has to be TikTok. The whole fucking point of this game is TikTok.
Right.
So, and several other media platforms, and then somebody else, proof that Aegis has been manipulating the timeline throughout Aegis City, causing numerous, and all this other kind of stuff going on. And Aegis, the exemplars, as you come out and Oya sees you, like kind of, they all sort of leave. And this kind of cluster of Aegis people kind of keeping the reporters back until like the people call, it's like, no. It's like, we need to talk, like, just let them go, let them talk to whoever. And as one of the agents is going past you, this little, relatively slight, like sort of, 5'4" blonde Aegis person kind of comes by you and tucks a thumb drive.
That's right, because they don't know what Goodall looks like, and only Mitzi knows what Goodall looks like.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh my
In your
God.
thumb drive. And she kind of grabs your hand and kind of lifts up and she goes, he was only ever late, leaving the planet twice. The last time, just now, and the year you were born. And then she leaves. I'm looking at Mo's little dance.
Holy shit.
And we're left with Birthright just sitting there going, like, the camera pulls back as like it's just him standing still in a whole sea of various people's movements and stuff like that. All right. Quite a bit later, Mitzi landing on the neighbors, or on the neighbor in the neighborhood, like street lawn, tapping the thing, suit kind of going away. One little light on over the front step, kind of, okay, kind of walks up and, gets the key and open it up, and the TV is still playing in the living room. It's playing news stuff, different art, whatever's playing, that kind of thing. And the TV kind of goes on mute. Light's still going. TV goes on mute. Is that you, sweetie?
Yeah, I'm home.
Okay.
Is this mom or dad or abuela?
It was mom first, and then dad's like, okay, well, it's late. You should get to bed. You have a good day? Time with your friends during the break?
Yeah, it's been good. And I think she's gonna like walk into the living room just to check in on them.
They're sitting on the couch together. A destroyed bowl of popcorn is on the coffee table. Feet up. Mom's got a little bit of wine left in a glass. Dad's got I don't know. I'm just gonna say a beer. An empty bottle, but one. They're just chilling. All right, well, great. You should go to bed. It's late. I mean, I know you don't have anything going on tomorrow, so you could probably stay up if you want to, but you look a little tired. She looks a little tired, doesn't she? Don't tell her she looks tired. No woman wants to hear that she looks tired. Not a woman, yes? My daughter? All right, when you're ready for bed, come. We'll come give you hugs. I know you're not 10, but we're gonna do it anyway. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, she'll go and wash her face and get ready for bed.
Abuela's door is still open. She's in there knitting or something, whatever she would be doing, knitting or something.
I think Mitzi sends her mental ping hola abuela. Night.
Hello, sweetie. How did everything go? It looked good.
She's gonna poke her head and she's like, it went pretty well, I think. Good, we finally caught Aegis.
Yes, I think that's excellent. Keeping them on their toes and keeping them in their place is a very good place to start. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. I'm very proud of you, and your mother and father are very proud of you too.
Wait, what?
Oh no, don't. They don't know anything, but they're very proud of you. Don't worry about them. I'm taking care of them.
Wait, what?
And that's where we're gonna stop.
That's what I was waiting for right there. And I'm like, they seem remarkably calm for having a daughter who's on every news station.
They don't know about that part, but yeah.
It seems like they don't know about anything right now. So,
considering that Dad heard those two talking outside, her and Silas talking outside the building, made it really clear that there was a thing going on, and then later that they were up on Instagram and I was trying to say Twitter, but my brain kept wanting me to say Tinder. No, that they were up on Twitter and TikTok and everything like that, making out in front of the building and all this other stuff. No, Dad should be one stitch away from completely undone, and they're chill. They're fine.
Because Abuela has that shit on lock.
Love that.
That should comfort exactly no people. So,
I'm just picturing Abuela reaching across to gently slap Songbird's hand. Scarlet Songbird is like, oh, don't worry.
I just love.
Why is he there?
I just love. The last take is Mitzi going, wait, what? And then it cuts to da 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 da, and then play the music, black screen, and the next set of theme music is playing as the final set of credits starts rolling. It everyone who hung out in the theater is like, oh shit.
Wait,
although
what?
I feel like it wouldn't be.
Oh, great.
I think our end credits music wouldn't be like the dramatic cinematic thing. I feel like it would just be like a Ramones riff.
Oh yeah.
Sean, I sent you a message real quick just to
Okay.
ask for something. So
okay,
I just want clarification before.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So with those
so
two,
actually,
okay. So actually,
while that happens and you actually focus on Mitzi now, you actually see like a hickey on her neck from like that she didn't realize she had because her thing goes up her neck.
Oh yeah.
So like she's wearing like just like a t-shirt now, like, and so yeah,
that's great.
She doesn't even realize it because she didn't even boop in front of a mirror or anything, so she doesn't even know it's
Take
there.
a powerful blow.
Yeah, when you, the third like after credit cutscene is like you're in there like just watching your face, you're just like coming in there stressing. And it's like okay. That's a little special water. It's like and that's the last cut. You know, it's like oh god. So yeah, everything's fine as long as you let Grandma sort of soft lobotomize your parents all the time. Everything's fine.
I mean, she's probably been doing that for like how many years now at this point? Like, you know what? I'm actually rewatching Heroes right now and just seeing like Claire's mom, like Mrs. Bennett, like getting like soft lobotomized and like her. Oh god, we're at the stage of season 1 where like she's like starting to like lose her memories and stuff. Oh god, it's wild. Yeah.
Yep.
Which show was that?
Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Guys, thank you. I said we stopped early. We didn't really stop early. It's fine.
That was amazing, and I loved everything about it. It was
good stuff.
Really, really fun.
I hope I Caleb'd enough for Caleb to feel like Caleb got his bit, because I think the most Caleb thing, aside from randomly ripping stuff up, was like, oh, you badge? Let me get a zoom in on that. That felt really good to me. Dingoes, as always, thank you very much.
He always has a moment where he has an FU to a
person of authority.
Authority figure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ending stream and now. Anyway.
That's why I was